All right, welcome back, everyone, to Triumph of the Tusk. That's the name of this campaign. I promise I remember.
Yeah.
In our last session, our group of adventurers achieved violence, at least attempted to, having tracked down the tribe, I suppose, of Peritons that were stalking the area and had attacked the Death's Head hold that was out partying in the wasteland around Torrentmoot. You all made your way out, tracked them down to their spire, killed a few who were out and about, and climbed their home to their nests, only to find that most of their entire flock gone, and the matriarch and one of her children, the only two remaining, apparently about to engage in some sort of combat. You managed to somehow convince them that you were simply sightseeing and not a problem to them, and you weren't going to interrupt them, and allowed them to fight amongst one another while you sort of walked around, watched every now and then, and generally kept to yourselves until it was nearly done. When both sides were heavily injured, you decided that would be the proper time to potentially intervene and kill them both. You began to climb up, draw your weapons, not actively engage, but simply climb up and draw weapons, which both of them took as insults. The child immediately fleeing, while the mother decided to charge forward and try and gore one of you before also fleeing. Which led us to watching Strays fly towards the mother and grapple her wing into her side mid-air, causing them to both fall for a brief moment before Strays was flung off back to the top of the pillar and the Peritons got away. You were able to recover the treasures of some of the victims of the Peritons, as well as the body and equipment of Drawn, one of your early compatriots that you met here at Torrentmoot and some of you formed a bond with. Brought him back, gave his body to the people of his hold as well as his trusted battle axe for them to bury the body, use the blade, most likely. After all, there are undead that need slaying, and what good is a weapon buried in the dirt? Had a little bit of time to rest before all of you had the chance to actively meet with Ardax the Whitehair. Some of you have, of course, had the chance to speak with him one-on-one over Torrentmoot so far, but he has been a busy man, and at this point, after hearing of the exploits and paying attention to what you've accomplished both in and around the meet, he invited all of you all to speak, hoping to not just congratulate you and tell you to pat yourselves on the back at least a little bit, grow some arrogance, but also to get your opinions on the conflicts currently happening in Belkzen, the problem of the Whispering Tyrant. How might the orcs best band together to fight off this threat and also present themselves as reasonable allies for neighboring nations? There were some interesting ideas presented. I'm fairly sure I recall pamphlets and trust falls being mentioned.
Yes.
As some of the more out there options, but generally Ardax appreciated your input. Gave you a small reward in the form of a magical rune for Gwyn's weapon to further strengthen it, help you take on larger tasks and problems before you all went back to celebrating. Until that evening, trouble came to Torrentmoot once more, as you were some of the few still awake, chatting by the fire, maybe drinking, playing music. A low growl coming from the western end of camp caused you to cast your gazes over, where you saw a pair of large, decaying brown bears much of their fur matted or ripped off, flesh missing from their hides, with bones poking through, malevolent glowing green eyes, observing the camp for anyone they could take down. You all, being equipped warriors, sprung to your feet, drew your weapons, and immediately began to engage them. We pick up around 15 seconds into this fight. A number of you have gotten in melee with these bears, smacking and hitting them, and at this point, most of you are becoming aware from the sounds of growling and steel clashing against claw, the sound of flesh being ripped and blood spilled, that these two bears you are actively fighting are not the only ones around Torrentmoot. They have seemingly surrounded, primarily from around the sort of northern edge of Torrentmoot, but there are even a few to the south. Most nearby, the Knights of Lastwall, some of the camp workers, and generally one or two of the other holds that have dignitaries here have engaged with enemies, zombies on your flank of Torrentmoot. Well, the hobgoblins of Oprek, the scouts, the guards, all of them seem to have begun engaging with some of the bears on the eastern flank. We are picking back up here at the top of round 3, with both bears here going before we get to Glasha's turn. So, everyone should be at full hero points, have a general idea of the situation. Glasha does have a lingering Courageous Anthem on for another round or so that all of you are actively benefiting from. And this zombie bear that is nearly dead, unfortunately not totally dead, and is going to get some attacks off on those of you right here. First off, hitting towards Zool with its claws, ripping forward to try and catch you.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we are starting off with a natural 3 on the dice. Big old
Yikes.
And it's going to follow up with one more strike towards you. Same thing, except it is going to go with a Jaws strike this time. The claws miss, it bites down towards you, and that is also going to be a miss. Got a natural 3 and a natural 4 on the dice. Things are going well. So let's pivot on over to this bear right here. That is not in melee range with any of you, and so it's actually going to take its first action to swipe at this Torrentmooter before going after any of you. These guys don't really have threat detection, being mindless undead. They're just hitting. And a 23. This is a regular unarmored guy. It's going to crit them.
Oh.
Oh no.
And 20 points of damage. Funny enough, 20 damage is exactly enough to insta-kill a commoner stat block. But the orcs are a bit hardier here. So I'm going to say that he is not actively dead, but he is down to 0 hit points, actively dying right now, in case you care to try and save them. Choice is yours. You have, of course, your own fights to worry about first. Doesn't have anything else and is actually just going to continue sort of charging forward. This bear is going to move 30 feet in a straight line right into here, getting into melee with Glasha and another orc. Which being Glasha, that brings us to your turn. What you got?
Okay.
It's all rapid
I
fire.
take out
I apologize.
my great sword. No, okay. And we established that these are zombies, so they're mindless,
Yes,
right?
they are mindless creatures. They have a general weakness to slashing and vitality, and the immunities of an undead creature. They are, of course, unholy as well, for those of you who care about sanctification.
Aha.
And they are inherently slowed because they are zombies.
Yeah. Okay. In order to help a dying person like the guy who just died, do you need to be able to perform a medicine check without, like, if you're not just casting a healing spell?
If you don't have stabilize or a healing spell, you do need to have a healer's toolkit and be
Yeah.
adjacent to them and trained in medicine, I believe, to administer
Okay.
first aid. Is your first aid a trained action? I always get that mixed up. I could look this up with my computer, but I have my physical books right here, and I'd be a fool not to use them.
True.
Very true.
I paid good money for these. I want to make use of them. Administer first aid to stabilize someone does not actually require you to be trained. However, you do need a healer's toolkit and to be adjacent to them.
Okay. Okay. Then, do I really have all my spell slots? I guess I do.
Yeah, you guys haven't really done much
yeah.
today.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
All right. Then, okay. And sorry, as a reminder as well, Courageous Anthem ends, like at the end of this round or at the end of like my
So it
turn?
lasts for 3 rounds because you got a regular success. So at the start of your next turn, it will end.
Okay. Okay.
Because this
Cool.
will be, we are now starting the 3rd round of it being active.
Then, I know that I cannot really get out of the bear's range and also stabilize that guy without using magic, so I'm just gonna...
But you don't have to stabilize as a cantrip.
I do not.
Shame.
Is that an occult cantrip? I
I
should.
It's actually a good question. I don't think so.
I could get away, but then I can't save that guy.
Is divine
All right.
primal.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna cast Soothe on the guy who
Okay.
is dying.
Yeah, absolutely. I hate to break it to you.
Oh,
You're
no.
35
Am I too
feet
far?
away.
Fuck.
I can do it.
I was
I got it.
Okay, I was gonna step as well, but if I step, there's not really... I assume I couldn't really step anywhere.
I mean, you could step
Closer.
right to here.
Yeah, but I was gonna try to step out of the
Out of the
bear's
bear's
doorway.
way. That's fair.
Yeah.
Big bear.
You're gonna take my slowed creature and walk out of their melee reach? That's so rude.
Yes.
How dare you?
That's true. 35 feet. Okay.
I can also burst heal with the heal spell.
Reaction heal is always fun when you're fighting undead.
Yep.
Then,
Mhm.
gonna take that soothe back.
Okay. Go to release the ether. You see Zool potentially preparing a 3-action burst of healing. Go, never mind.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna step out of its melee range.
Sounds good.
Which is, I guess, this way.
You're just giving
and-
persons to attack more civilians.
God damn it, Jericho.
And it is next to that guy. And I'm gonna move like... Do I know if there are more people in these tents behind Kestrel? Like, realistically, there are, right?
Went to bed early and might be waking up and fleeing. The Knights of Lastwall, I don't have a bunch of tokens for them because I didn't want to overfill the map, are fighting like a trio of zombie bears up here as well, though.
Okay.
I'd love
All
to
right,
say
well-
that Ardax is soloing a bear right now, but he has guards.
He's a like competent fighter, right?
Ardax?
Like, yeah.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm
That's
also gonna
okay.
reveal the weird stat that out of this entire campaign, we are never once given an official stat block for Ardax.
Weird.
Is that like foreshadowing that something's gonna happen to him?
Oh no, because
or...
I've given him a real stat block. Don't you worry.
Oh, okay.
I'm not dealing with that.
Well, okay. After stepping away, I'm gonna.
What are we doing, Glasha?
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I'm gonna cast a. Actually, Can I tell if Sorry, I think I'm like I feel like it would be more useful to aid people, but I don't know what people are doing.
You can certainly attempt to aid the people who are waking up in getting them out of their tents, perhaps directing them towards like the center of the camp where it's safer. If you'd like to do that, you are welcome to do.
You know what? Sure. Can I? How close to them would I need to be? Can I run like over to Well, there's that guy.
Yeah, I'd say you'd probably want to go towards the entrances of the tents. And then I would ask for probably a diplomacy check as your last action.
Yeah. If I'm like here, can I aid people in getting out of the tents?
Sure. I might raise the DC a little bit, but yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Okay.
I'll allow you to affect both at the same time doing that.
Sure. There's that guy who's like literally next to the bear. Fuck. Okay, well, I'll try to aid the people who are in there and just like yell at them to like run. Oh yes.
Not a great roll.
Yeah. Does this count as a check to aid?
It's not quite checking to aid specifically because you're specifically trying to help direct the people who are still waking up in getting out and being safe.
Okay. I'll use a hero point on that.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
A
cool.
much better roll. And I'm so glad you came up here, Glasha, to aid these people, because that gives us a chance to bring in someone else who went to bed perhaps a little early tonight, but has been waking up to the sounds of screaming and fighting, your shouts fully energizing them awake and helping them to grab whatever equipment they may need for the moment. Click. Would you please describe your character for us?
Okay. Okay, every time I look at that character, it's funny. Yeah, Click is a very, roughed up kind of looking goblin. Look like she's, been on the road for a good long while. Kind of on the average size for a height of goblin, which means she's probably one of the shortest people around. Has kind of a goofy grin and seems to always have a bit of a smile going on, though not maybe not a lot of thoughts going on beyond those behind those eyes.
Just like me.
Fantastic. Well, Click, I'm immediately going to actually ask you to roll initiative and join us here as you have been awoken by the sounds of fighting, quickly grabbing the equipment you need to join and potentially bursting out of your tent here in a moment to join in on whatever is occurring. Initiative being, of course, on the left side of your character sheet, directly above your saving throws.
Right.
And I'm going to have you do it as perception here.
Right.
Perfect.
I think I did that right.
All right. We will come to you in a moment. I find it hysterical that you describe yourself as potentially one of the shortest people here, because I think we're going to move over to who the actual shortest person is. Strays, you're up.
Yeah, that's sprite erasure. I don't appreciate it.
We were both short guys. We should just, We should get along, right?
Absolutely.
We're the mascots.
All right, we're gonna start off with a flurry of blows on this guy, I think.
Fantastic. Yeah, you can see this bear's already breaking down and pretty weak, so trying to just finish it off here. Go for it. That is not going to do it, though.
That's definitely, you know, we're gonna re-roll that one. I don't want this guy to live.
Don't forget, you do have the macro on your hotbar for flurry of blows.
Oh, you're right. Oh my god.
Good news is you got a
Oh,
plus 10 if you
yeah.
roll a 10 or below on a hero point, so that is going to hit. Nice, solid 9 points of damage. Go ahead with that second part of the attack.
Oh no.
Oh,
And
no.
that one's
Okay.
lovely.
We're getting the bad rolls out of the way first,
Yeah.
right?
We're doing it again.
Sure.
We're just- Use
I
that hero
understand
point
how
with
you
that.
feel. Unfortunately, an 18 is going to just barely miss.
Is that a bear joke?
I mean, perhaps. However, you don't normally benefit from flanking. I did say that Chak was assisting the others in flanking. This guy's so close to death, I'm going to say Chak jumps on his back, forces him down to the ground just in time to make this a hit. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Wouldn't him
Wow.
forcing to the ground squish the sprite?
I'm flying. No, I'm not.
And we can go ahead and combine those two damage rolls together. 17 points of damage. This thing only had 15 health left. That is a dead bear. Fantastic. You've got 2 actions left, Strays.
Damn it, barely died.
I'm gonna kill all of
Let's
you if we
see.
keep up with these bear jokes.
You
You said
started
it's
it.
unbearable.
Getting unbearable. Ah.
Who said that? What name?
Oh, no.
That was a combo pun.
I'm gonna start taking hero points.
No, not my hair point.
All right, I'm gonna move up on the bear,
I
Sounds
couldn't bear
good.
it.
and it's at free map. But you know
Yeah.
what? We'll go for a trip.
Why? Oh, going for the trip. Okay. Interesting choice. And trip is in your basic action macros.
It was almost a one again.
Now I do
Oh no.
believe, Strays, you
Right.
are tiny, and this is a large creature being 3 sizes larger than you. Can you trip them?
Oh no, you're right. I can't.
Right.
I can only do two higher.
Yeah. Unfortunately. So if you would rather that be an attack or something, we will simply apply that roll so you don't get knocked prone.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Perfect.
I couldn't do it anyway.
Sounds good. Yeah. You rush forward, wrap your arms as far as you can around the bear's legs and try and tackle it to the ground. And then realize you just hit a wall of fur and muscle. And you do not have the strength within you to move something that size yet.
Just bear with me. I got this.
Oh, we're hitting dangerous territory here. Gwyn, let's see what you got. Bear in front of you is
Alrighty.
dead.
All
What's going
right.
on?
Get him, Gwen.
So I'm gonna walk on forward.
All right. Now, to make sure you're aware, if you'd like to be differently positioned, if you are here or here, you will
Yeah,
be
I was gonna
flanking
say, yeah,
that
you're
regular
right.
guy.
Perfect. I'm just within range of this.
Fantastic.
So I am going to attempt to strike the bear.
Love to see it. Go for it. There's a decent roll. 23 hits.
Alrighty.
Zool, are you sure you want to make that pun right now?
For 15 points of damage.
Nice damage. We love the slash. Oh my god, I forgot these things have weakness 10 to slashing.
Oh boy.
Uh,
And then we are going to Spark Transcend.
okay.
Where's Drink of My Foes. And this was one of the few changes I made to my character where I'm no longer brave, I'm now the Radiant.
Fantastic.
So I'm gonna specifically target the man who is dying to heal him for 10 HP.
Okay, yeah, we are treating these guys as allies. It is 2 plus double your level, so I believe that would be 8.
Oh, we're level 3. Yeah, it's 8. You're right. I keep thinking we're level 4.
He wakes back up. You also regain 12 hit points if you need because of Drink of My Foes.
I'm at full HP.
That's fair.
And we're gonna shift my imminence into eye-catching spot.
Very
And that's my
nice.
turn.
All right. Protect yourself from the melee attack. Click. That is going to bring us over to you. Show us what you got.
Alrighty. So Click is gonna run out in a fright and turn to the nearest person who is Glasha, it looks like, and yell, "You, tall one! What the hell is going on? What the hell? What just?"
Undead bear attack. We need all the help we can get. Can you fight?
I can try.
What equipment do people see in Click's hands right now?
Right. I forgot.
A gun.
So
Go do a crime.
gun. He just pulls out a Desert Eagle.
We are in the desert.
Oh. Oh my god. So Click, upon hearing the need for combat, reaches into her pocket and comes out holding playing cards, fan style.
Nice.
I'm not really in a place to judge what items people fight with. So go for it.
If it works,
I
it
am so
works.
happy
Look
with
at my
this
instruments.
character.
Okay, little gambit moment.
Oh, totally. I almost gave her a southern accent, not gonna lie.
Oh my god. That's why you said it.
Little bit. Little bit.
I'm surprised you took a
I do
rapier
need
as
a-
your backup instead of a staff then.
Right?
That's just rogue things, I guess. Rapier.
Yeah,
pretty much your
it'd
best
be
possible weapon.
this. To be fair, the staff would probably be bigger than her.
All right.
Rogue
so
or giant
you are
barbarian.
dashing out of your tent. You've got playing cards at the ready. You do see this one bear that's being ganged up on by multiple people right now. If you would like, actually, I'm not even going to say if you'd like, go ahead and give me a quick perception check, blind, please. And
Alrighty.
this is daily general reminder for anyone. Perception, deception, and stealth rolls should always be inherently blind unless I say otherwise. Because I want to
Nice.
lie to you. Also,
Remind me again
for
where I find this on the character sheet because it's been a while since I've
perception
seen this
is the
before.
one thing that's
There it
different
is.
from the rest of your skills. It's on the left
I
side or
just
right
saw
above
it.
your initiative.
Thank you very much. All right, check.
And
You want
for
it
strays
blind.
and everyone else, by the way, if you do need to step away, by all means, please do so. You do not feel the need to type something in chat, though. On the far left side of the screen, you should see a little purple button that looks like a coffee mug with steam coming from it. If you click that, it'll put a little message in that you're stepping away, give us a little icon at the bottom to show that you're gone. You can just click it when you're back, so I am always aware of who's around. But on a 17 click, yeah, you see this one that is like the furthest into camp at this moment in time. You do see Kestrel here has drawn her blade and is moving back up to deal with the Knights of Lastwall and the trio of bears here because it looks like they're about to be overrun. And like one of the bears is in the process of breaking through right now.
Okay. So there's only a 10-foot reach on the cards, if I remember correctly.
It is 10 feet if you are specifically throwing them, and
Right.
you can throw at a further distance. You're going to take a
Penalty, right?
penalty of -2 for every further distance. Yes.
Right. And I'm trying. Could you give me a real quick refresher how movement works? I know it's part of the action
Yeah.
economy, but how
Uh,
far blocks to movement?
So we've got our fun action economy where every turn you get 3 actions and 1 reaction, and an infinite number of 3 actions. Don't abuse that.
Right.
Everything you do takes a variable number of actions. So stride is an action of itself and lets you move up to your movement speed, which is for you 25. You can take that action however many times you want on your turn. So you could stride 3 times and move a full 75 feet. You could also, I always forget it exists because who does it, but I believe if you spend all 3 actions running, you have to move up to 5 times your speed if it's in a straight line.
Okay.
What?
Really?
I
thought
believe that's a thing, but I might be remembering wrong.
There's feats that do that.
Yeah, there's definitely feats that do that.
I know that. I always feel
I've
like
never
there's an
heard-
action that lets you move a greater distance if you're entirely moving, but I might be remembering wrong, so don't take that for fact.
All right. Could I use 2 movements just to get near the bear
Yeah,
then?
absolutely.
2 actions to get there. Basically, I'm still getting used to the UI here. Forgive me.
Take your
Been a
time.
hot
If you're on the
second.
measuring tool right there to measure
it is.
distance, if you hit
Yes.
spacebar, it will just move you to the end of that movement.
Thank you. I wish I knew that. Okay. Says the attempted movement collides with at least 1 wall.
You know what? That's because there are technically walls on the tent. We will have you.
Oh. I'm trying to just get out of the tent.
That would be the problem. We're going to have you actually there to start. I apologize for that. That's on me.
Another invisible wall.
I know. We love terrain walls.
I'm still colliding with walls apparently.
What walls
What?
are you colliding with?
I wish I knew.
Are you ready?
That's how you find out there's an invisible bear there in front of you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get next to Gwyn, so if it's possible
Yeah.
to move me there.
I got you. That's very
Thank you.
Boundaries weird. I couldn't replicate the bestiary issue, by the way, after session ended,
Oh.
so
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
ask
weird.
about that.
I was trying earlier
I
today,
also
and
was
it
gonna
wasn't
ask about
popping
it.
up. So, if it starts being a problem again, we're just going to turn the bestiary off, but it seemed to have fixed itself.
It hasn't happened today, so.
Fingers
Alright.
crossed.
Yeah, right?
So, and then since you would have your playing card drawn at this point in time,
Yes.
if you go to the action tab of your character sheet, you will have your attacks with it.
I was waiting for that because I was like, wait, there's no buttons to press.
It's got to be
Thank you.
drawn. And
Gotcha.
won't do it for this combat, but you are in that weird place. The Forbury feat to use playing cards as a weapon is a stance. You technically
Right.
have to use an
Oh,
action at
right.
the start of combat to then actively be able to use your playing card as a weapon. But
Gotcha.
I won't require that for this early fight here, since you are just getting into the groove of things.
Thank you very much.
Of course, I try.
All right. Since they're just near the bear, I'm just gonna strike it like it would be a dagger at close range.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. Oh god, I forgot how this works.
If
UI
you
is
want to
so
target an
weird.
enemy to have it
Yes.
automatically tell you if you hit or not, you hover over their token and hit T on your keyboard.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
then you're seeing the dagger on your character sheet. You're probably seeing a lot of things. You're gonna want that
Yeah,
top
strike.
top left strike button. The bottom row is
Okay.
for if you're throwing it.
Oh, that's so confusing because the the UI is so weird in this.
Boundary is really great when you get used to it, but getting used to it
Yeah.
can be a struggle.
Oh,
I'm
well,
oh,
an incredible
Fantastic.
first roll.
Hmm.
I blame it on Click just waking up, so she's still groggy and is like, what the hell?
This game is very anti-small people. Is all I'm saying.
I know.
But
This
it's
game,
not anti-small people.
this game is against mascot characters. Rude.
Would you like to hero point that?
Yeah, that's probably smart.
All right. In the chat itself, if you right-click on that roll, you'll get a bunch of options. One of them is re-roll using a hero point, and it automates the whole thing.
Oh, that's convenient as heck. We are the worst reroll.
Strays, it's because I have a vendetta against small characters, and I'm open about that.
It's because you're 7 feet tall. I know.
Oh, there we
That
go.
is a critical hit. Go ahead and roll critical damage for us.
He's jealous because small characters won't hit their head on the light.
Wow.
I can't.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
Damn.
All right.
Now, click. One more thing that's going to be annoying about the UI, because your dagger is versatile, it can deal piercing or slashing damage. Do you see that little button that looks like a bow and an axe adjacent to each other on your dagger profile?
Yes.
That is how you specify. You would be more than aware that zombies are weak to slashing damage. Would you like to have dealt slashing damage to it?
Sure.
All right. That's going to be 42 points of damage total to this thing, man.
Jesus.
Okay.
Click woke up on the right side of the bed.
What is
today.
it with characters join a campaign in a session, their first attack just one-shotting something?
Look, man, I don't know. It's just what happened.
Click was grouchy, you know.
Yeah. And
Just get
the,
woken out of bed.
the rest of you see this scruffy-looking goblin crawl out of the tent, blink their eyes a couple times, look around, and then just the next moment they're right next to you with a playing card in their hand and have nearly beheaded this bear with it.
Oh, okay.
Gwen, how's that make you feel as the, full
Gwen's
plate,
just staring like,
big
what
weapon?
the fuck just happened?
All of that being said, Zool, that's going to bring us over to you.
and laugh. I get the lowest initiative in all the other games I played with Jericho, so I was hoping this time would be different.
Nope.
Nope.
All right,
How dare you assume
stride
it would be
right
something
there.
different.
Target the bear, scimitar. Here we
Why
go.
are you guys bullying my bear? That's rude.
It deserves to die. Again.
Fair. You are flanking, and because of Courageous Anthem, that's going to hit.
Okay, and Damiash.
A nice solid 9 slashing damage.
9 what?
Yeah?
Slashing
And then-
damage.
Yeah.
Why do all of you have
Yeah.
slashing? Hold on.
And then last action, raise shield.
All right, someone cares about their life. Glasha, I'm so sorry to break the bad news to you. One of the bears does break past the Knights of Last Wall.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
I mean,
Testra, what are you
most of
doing?
you might even seem kind of weird. The Knights of Last Wall are the ones who specialize in fighting and killing the undead. And there's a full contingent of them almost here, and they are struggling against a trio of zombie bears. Doesn't quite live up to the reputation. But this one is going to barreling forward, not even really pay attention, Glasha, and just charge through you, almost. It is going to generally make a Jaws attack here. Gwyn, that's going to be a hero point loss. And that is
Is that one of the
19,
bear's abilities,
just
or-
barely missing you.
Okay. Ooh.
As it comes crashing forward, you just Matador sidestep and let it come almost charging directly past. But that's okay, because I have another bear before you get to do something. And oh boy, I have so many targets
Oh,
here.
God.
Who do I want to
Lord.
kill?
Oh crap! I forgot about that one down there.
Hey, guess what, Zool? It's you. Oh, no, it's
Oh.
not that one down there. That one's being taken care of and held back by Narsh himself. Favorite
Oh,
Tusk
okay.
heel is biting back at the bear.
Okay.
But this heavily injured bear is going to attack you once more, Zool. It is going to go for the jaws because we want damage on the board here. I have not rolled above a 10 so far for these bears. It's not feeling great, y'all. I'll be honest. And hey, we like to attack the heavily armored people. Second attack is going into you, Gwyn.
Alrighty.
Oh my goodness, I rolled a 2.
The crit
All right, y'all, have
miss.
fun.
Man.
Glasha, kill a bear.
If I only. Sad I don't have riposte on
Come
me
on,
now.
Glasha, you got this.
Oh, my turn?
Yep, and at this point is where Courageous Anthem drops. Having
That's right.
lasted this entire time, the
Yes.
echoing music fades. Strays, you look at this bear and tell me it looks cute.
I
Listen,
mean,
the dice decide.
Its
then,
ribs are showing, but it does have toe beans, so
Look how fluffy he looks, though.
Its eyes are so
Can I pet
beautiful.
that dog?
Yeah, it's got a little mask
nice.
on. Missing
Going
3/4 of its teeth.
to use lingering composition again,
okay.
and it
Not a
fails. What does that
success,
mean?
so
Oh,
it's only
1
gonna
round.
last for 1 round as if you didn't cast it.
Oh, but you don't. Oh, but you don't
Yep.
spend the focus point. Okay,
It
interesting.
effectively is just casting Courageous Anthem normally. If you fail Lingering Composition, it's very good.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that. And then sudden there's another one right there.
Suddenly, bears.
Yes.
Oops, all bears.
Where
Is
could
it
it
a
have
drop
come
bear?
from?
And when you said that other one was slowed, that was just because it's a zombie, not
Yep,
because
zombies are
anyone slowed it in
inherently
particular?
slowed.
Okay.
All zombies are
Um,
slowed when it's part of being a zombie. It comes with the territory, which you guys also know. Zombies being slow, they can't use reactions because of this. So you never have to worry about
You're
things like a
right.
reactive strike from a zombie.
Oh,
They just
I did
never
not.
have
I forgot about
reactions.
that.
put that together. Okay.
Yeah, zombies are sad.
So am I.
Well then,
Moving
Uh,
on.
can I prepare to aid Kestrel in?
You can. Kestrel's
Fighting this
existence
bear.
here is more narrative than anything
Okay,
else.
so she's not going to be able to help anymore with this
Yeah.
bear here.
She
Okay.
is going at this point to reinforce the other knights to prevent any other bears from breaking through.
Okay.
She takes like a couple swings as she passes that do some damage to the bear, certainly, but not enough for any mechanical difference.
Okay,
Hers is a much more narrative role. Ow, my elbow just popped.
that makes sense. Then I'm gonna move move up to I'm gonna move down to where some of this, well, yeah, where some of this fighting's happening, and also
Sure.
so I'm a bit closer to.
Yeah.
Oh
This
wait,
guy's-
did
he's not dying anymore. He is awake, so he should not actually be dying anymore. He is wounded on the ground still, but like picking himself up and crawling towards one of the tents to hide inside of it right now and patch up the remainder of his wounds. Maybe grab a weapon.
Then can I was like thinking about being like, oh, be careful to that our new friend, but then she like absolutely gutted that bear. So can I
Yeah.
prepare to aid Gwyn with their
Yeah,
next
absolutely.
strike? I'm not sure how. Maybe just play my song a little bit louder as I approach all these flanking people.
And call out the wound on the bear's head and be like, oh yeah, just hit it there.
True.
Jump hard.
Okay.
Have you considered killing it? Strays, you're up. Let's make
Now,
Gwyn's help unnecessary, shall we?
Are you
Right.
playing the 21 Warhammer song that I posted by any chance? Is that what you're singing?
Oh, I should have aided Strays, actually. I didn't see the turn order. But yes, I'm playing 21 Warhammers. That's true.
Great. I will actually leave this one to everybody here
Yeah.
and
Rush the other
go
one,
fight
you're
this
welcome
guy.
to. Fantastic. I'll say Kestrel at this point is like fully up here with the other knights, holding back the other bears and apologizing.
Wow.
Hey, you and me,
Damn.
Oh no,
Strays.
no.
We're
I
both
am
having a great
so damn
time.
cute.
You can hear it panting almost. It's not actually breathing, but you can imagine it's panting. Gwyn, we are back to you.
Okay.
Finish it up.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and just try and finish off the bear.
Sure. Before you attack here,
Oh,
you're getting aid.
Did hit.
I forgot.
Yeah, aid won't really do anything, so I don't know if you care to actually.
Can
roll
aid make it a crit?
No, not that roll.
then go for it.
Alrighty.
13 damage. Well,
23
this thing has exactly
damage.
13 health left.
Sweet.
Nice.
But you're also realistically dealing 23 damage because that's a slash. Why do you all have slashing weapons? Knock it
Because
off.
they're cool, Jericho.
What's the ones
Yeah.
that bludgeoning is good against? If they were skeletons,
Skeletons,
that would be
yeah.
better.
Skeletons.
Skeletons are resistant to pretty much all regular damage except bludgeoning. It's not that they're weak to bludgeoning.
This
Alright.
this does nothing for me. So we're gonna swap right on back to the barrow's edge, and we're gonna walk on over.
All right.
Yeah.
Just, nonchalantly finish beheading the bear that the little goblin started, and then just walk away. Over
Yeah,
to the other friend.
Glasha's song keeps me in rhythm as I hack it to death and then walk away.
Fantastic.
There we go.
Well, Click, that is going to bring us back to you here.
Okay, are we all aware? Like, is everyone aware of the third bear?
Looks like
Yes.
yeah.
Kind of. Okay. I think Click is gonna rub their eyes again and then turn around to go back to the tent and realize there is another bear.
Someone has to
Freak
yell at him
out.
or you as it
Third
almost
bear.
bites your head off.
Be like, I just wanted to go back to sleep. And let's see. Could I move? So it's 25 feet away, but can I?
Mhm.
What's that thing called? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
So you are exactly 25 feet away, which means moving 20 would get you into melee with it.
Yes, but then could I do a tumble through?
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you. All right. I don't actually know how this works in the
So
UI.
your first action here is going to be move, and you can just move yourself
Yes.
up to that space.
Gotcha.
And then target that bear for me.
Okay.
And hit 2 on your hotbar. It should be that little action button. And that is your basic action macros. That's where a lot of buttons for
Yes.
basic actions are going to be. Very last thing there for you is tumble through. That's what you're rolling here.
There it is. I was looking for it. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay.
25, absolutely a success. So you can move another up to 25 feet. Any space of the bear that you move through takes 10 feet instead of 5 feet.
Okay, so could I go here?
Absolutely, yeah. That would be exactly
Okay.
25 with that. And you're both flanking with Gwyn right now, and because you have tumble behind, it's off guard to you.
Right.
Which
Do
is
I
how you
still
get
have
sneak
action?
attack. Yeah, you've got 1 action left.
Okay. Do I have to do anything special for sneak attack? Is that a macro thing, or do I
Nope.
just...
The creature just has to be off guard to you.
Gotcha. Okay.
So flanking, tumbling behind, all of those are great ways to get off guard on the enemy.
All right. I just didn't know if I needed to let
Nope,
the
it'll
software
happen
know that this is
automatically.
happening. Gotcha. Thank you.
I can't
I'll
wait
just...
till you're 6th level and take gang up, and I cry.
I already explained gang up.
Oh, why?
Yes, Gwen, yes.
Why did they have to make it better in the remaster? It was already good.
Don't forget the Cavalier. Oh my god.
Oh my
Kidding me?
Christ.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Fantastic. Roll that critical damage.
I feel like I need to apologize.
No, don't.
Don't.
We love to
Don't.
see it.
No, apologize. 'Cause I know the feeling of the DM when you just get scared.
Exact same. We have a brand new character here who's, you can all see, half asleep right now. And in total has dealt 84 damage in 2 attacks.
What are they, a barbarian?
I'd like to also
Unfortunately,
just
no.
I'd like
Right.
to flavor it where to get over the bear, she just vaulted over it.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
gets kicked off, just bounces off the ground. And
Oh
jumps
yeah,
over.
just does backhand spring off the bear.
You're not even sure Click here recognizes it's a bear and a zombie.
No.
But Zool, go ahead. Someone's in flanking position for you right now. Everything's great. Basically, no one in the party's injured.
Right.
Oh,
And the other fights, you guys can see the other fights are as well are beginning to wrap up. Most of the bears are getting taken care of without too much difficulty. There's definitely some injuries here and there, but it does not appear, from what you can tell, any deaths.
should I do the optimal thing or should I do the shocking thing?
Shocking.
Shocking. Shocking.
Shocking.
I'm gonna stride right there, target that bear, and cast harm on it with divine castigation.
Fantastic, which
Ooh.
lets you injure undead with it.
Yep,
Ah.
because I'm adding my holy trait to it.
Fun.
Very
Now, which one of these two middle buttons do I press?
That's a
Harm
great
versus-
fucking question.
Let's find out.
Go with harm versus living. I know it's going to deal vitality damage, or it's going to deal void damage, which won't do anything to the bear. I think I'm just going to have to manually apply any damage you deal this way. Thank
Well,
you.
I have a button in my character sheet that has that's divine castigation that I have checked.
Oh,
In spellcasting?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's at
then
the top.
select other variant versus undead.
Okay.
Let's roll healing.
Oh, it says roll healing.
Select other variant, living again.
Roll
Let's
damage.
see what happens. Let's roll a fortitude save. That is a natural 3. I'm not rolling well tonight.
oh boy.
Oh, it's only 6.
I see it.
Eee.
It turns it into spirit damage, just so it can deal damage to either living or undead. That's smart. Foundry did something smart for once, and everyone cheered. Good job, Foundry. I'm so proud of you. Well, Zool, you doing the fun thing means I get one more turn to roll below 10 with the bear.
Okay.
Let's.
You know, if I do that in the future as a 3-action activity, I really hope there's no unholy members that we're allied with, because they're going to get fucked.
You know, Click, I said the bear tried to bite you as you walked past it. I have to make good on that.
Alright, that's
The bear
fair.
is going to attempt to bite you, and I rolled an 11 for once. I rolled above a 10.
And just exactly hit.
Revenge.
Yep. That's going to do
Revenge.
13 damage to you. There is, of course, damage buttons in chat that you can make use of, as long as you're selected on your token.
Oh, interesting. So that's how that works.
Yeah. You do not have to target yourself. You just have to be selected on your token.
Is there... Okay. And then just press damage?
Yep.
Cool.
Just like that.
Oh, very
And
clever.
it does it all automatically.
Love that.
And last but not least, I can't wait to miss my bite against Click a second time.
I had a
It's just
feeling.
chowing down.
The bear wants revenge, and that's fair. to
We're
be
back down to a 5 on the dice. It's okay.
There we go.
All right, Glasha, you're up. Most of the fights seem to be wrapping up. This is the last, one of the last bears still standing. It's on death's door at this point. It's actually looking pretty strong right now still, but
It's
you've got a
barely
bunch of
keeping
people
it
with
together.
weapons around it.
Nah, boo.
Okay, I'm gonna
I'm glad Jericho's just actively
Redo.
ignoring us.
Yes.
Courageous Anthem, and I
Hey,
did
mine's
linger in
been 4
composition, but
rounds.
yes, even
Not
though
that
I don't
it
know
won't
if
matter.
probably yeah, but
It's nice to see a crit success.
Mhm.
exactly. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna cast a 2-action, well, concordant choir near the bear.
Ooh.
Even though it's gonna let me place the thing. Okay.
You just
So
got
that's a 10
the
foot
2-action
burst,
movement.
but yeah, and I don't want to get the people in the tent, but I'm assuming they've ran away by now.
Most of the people, yeah. A number of people alongside Click all sort of
So.
got up and ran simultaneously.
So I think I can just get the bear in that.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's.
Blow
Oh,
away
I
the
didn't
front
click.
of the
I
team.
didn't actually click the 2-action one. But I placed the burst. So that's a DC
Nice
19
bastard
fortitude
zombie
save, but
fortitude saves.
I know, but
And I'll succeed this time.
Half damage.
Yeah. Okay, but you rolled
my
decent.
my shots would probably miss anyway. So
All right.
and
That's it for you.
that's my turn. Yep.
Strays! Do me a favor and
Yeah,
hit him this time.
You know, the great thing about Flurry of Blows is I can miss really fast.
Just punching air.
Speed miss, here we go.
Hey, I see at least one hit
Oh.
there.
Oh.
For 7 total damage. Fantastic.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, it auto roll the damage? That's funny.
Actually, and funny enough, he should not be off guard to you. He just still had off guard on. Yeah, it'll auto roll the damage, and if you hit both times, it'll auto combine the damage too. Back row does some awful
Nice.
things.
Alright, third hit because I got nothing else to do.
Why not?
Actually, not true. I will aid. Who's going next? Gwyn. I'll
Yeah.
aid Gwyn.
Awesome. You do have one more action if you'd like to do anything with it.
Oh, you're right. So I'll
Flurry of
attack
Blows
and then
is
I'll
only one
aid.
action. You also technically don't have Raise the Walls anymore because
Yeah.
Gwyn doesn't have a shield anymore.
Yeah. You
Somehow,
hallucinated
in the midst
shields.
of fighting the bears, Gwyn's shield just.
No, everyone
faded into
hallucinated
nothing.
the shields.
Oh, it's a.
Oh, well,
Oh.
okay.
Hmm.
All right.
Map
well, I don't
8.
think you're going to need to aid me.
Nice.
Always make your third attack, guys.
Don't always make your third attack.
Lord.
20
yes.
points of damage. The bear now is finally beginning to look near death.
Alright, and I'll do an aid check.
Fantastic. Wait until
What do you want?
Gwyn's turn
Athletics
here.
or?
Just wait until Gwyn actually says he's going to attack for it, because it does take your reaction to aid.
Okay.
But you would just let me know at the end of your turn you are preparing to aid. And there is an attack in the aid button.
Alright.
Gwyn! Are you choosing
Yes,
not to
wow.
attack?
I'm very much attacking.
Fuck.
Go, Gwen.
Mhm.
So I wait for the aid check this
Yep.
time. Aw, that was so close.
Not a success, unfortunately, so no bonus to
Oh,
you,
well.
Gwyn.
No problem.
Thought that was another 20.
I
it's a
was
hit.
hoping.
Gonna have a heart.
All right. It is below half HP, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Sweet. That
Take your
6
bonus
extra
spirit
damage is gonna be real nice.
Uh,
Yay!
hey, y'all.
Sweet.
Weakness 10 to slashing does a lot when you have a party that has like 4 slashing weapons in it. Would you
I'm gonna-
believe it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna spark transcend again.
Sure. You get a little
And I'm
health
gonna. I haven't lost any HP yet. I'm just
Right,
gonna
I-
heal party members.
Fantastic. Yeah. Who you
I'm
need?
gonna heal strays.
Awesome. You know that's great. That low 2 plus double your level. You can actually click that button and it will put some healing in chat for them.
Oh sweet. There you go.
So there's your 8 health strays.
Nice. Thank you, Sire.
Rink of my foes.
Yes. And then I move it
Alright.
into Scarlet Survivor.
As this comes to an end, the third bear falls dead at your feet. Take a look around. Anyone who would like to, go ahead and give me a perception check. See if you can get a general stock of how the fights around Torrentmoot are shaping up.
Yeah. Yeah. Jericho, you good there?
Thank goodness, strays. Whew.
Oh,
y'all
did we
were
all
rigging
fail?
Things.
Oh,
I
no.
saw a 15, 16, 17, and 18 all appear at the same time. And then a 4.
You're welcome.
Goodness.
If that had been a 19, that would have been awesome.
I saw the 4 and I looked for a 1 in front of it real quick. Yeah. Click, Glasha, Gwyn, Zool, all of you sort of taking a look around the campsite real quick, almost immediately, simultaneously, each of you looking in a different cardinal direction, just to get a general layout of this place. It seems most of the other zombies are getting taken care of. With Kestrel's intervention, the Knights of Lastwall have fought off their zombie without any real issue. The workers and hold members down south have destroyed the undead coming from them. The hobgoblins and scouts, easy fight for them, and the other hobgoblins have already begun pulling out different sutures and medical kits and walking around and seeing whose injuries need tending to. The general warriors and guards to the northeast had the easiest time, aside from you guys. And in front of his tent right now, Ardax has borrowed the sword from one of his guards and is chopping the head off a dead bear that looks like it has been crushed to death. And just looks like he's chopping the head off to maybe mount or something. You're not sure.
Please tell me that Ardax during the fight jumped up onto his tent and gave the people's elbow to the bear's skull on the way down.
He didn't, but he instead did like a crouch down uppercutting jump underneath its head.
Yes.
I have one very important question.
What is your very important question? I have a not so important answer.
Where do the bears come from?
That's a fantastic question. Are you
Because
looking for
we're in a
tracks?
desert.
Are you looking for tracks, asking questions?
Oh no, it's just because we're in a desert.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that there's bears here.
It's less desert, more badlands. Bears do live in this
doesn't-
area.
Okay, fair.
Anyone who wants to, if you'd like to talk to people, if you want to look for signs of where these bears came from, if you want to examine the bears themselves, what do you want to do?
I would like to examine the bears.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you want from me? A
I'm
recall
gonna
knowledge?
ask religion or medicine.
I'm gonna
Okay.
do one more spark transcend on Scar the Survivor to
Oh.
peel click.
I don't think you can just. Oh, I guess you can just spark transcend with that, can't you?
Public Jericho or private?
Yeah.
That's a little weird. I might say no to doing that in the future, just because
Okay,
otherwise
that's
it's
fair.
pretty much just
I
instant out of
also-
combat healing.
Oh, that's why I don't like Scar the Survivor. I don't intend to use it outside of combat usually.
Perfect. Yeah, there might
Jericho,
be
public or
something-
private?
Let's go private on this. Blind.
Okay.
There might actually be something with Spark Transcendence that states it's like a combat only action.
It's honestly, I'd rather just keep it that way. So I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna do it.
Okay. I'm willing to let it slide here if you'd like, but I think for future.
We'll just keep the rule as is.
Perfect. Ba-da-ba-bum. Alrighty. Zool is examining the corpses of these zombie bears, looking specifically more from the magical side of things. What's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna try and see if I can find tracks
Okay, yeah, go
and
ahead
see
and
where they came
give me
from.
survival.
Yeah.
Jericho, if it had made a difference, I do have undead lore.
Ooh, yeah. What's the modifier for that?
+7.
+7. Okay, so it is 2 less than religion, but would typically lower the DC by 2. So do you have a preference?
No, let's just stick with religion then.
Cool. Gwyn, tracking is a public roll, I believe.
Oh. Not bad.
No worries at all. Easy mistake to make. So I'll go ahead and reveal so you know what you rolled. 21 is pretty good. What about the rest of you? What do you want to do?
Can I talk to like the hunters that we
Yeah.
went with a few days ago to see if they have ever seen these creatures before or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or
you
if it's
make
very
your way over
abnormal?
there and shout, then you absolutely can.
Sure.
I like how Glasha's
Circle.
giant aura is just moving in there.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead
Still-
and,
still
cancel
playing
that
my
some
instrument? No, I'm
notes
not.
So that the aura vanishes.
He is the envy of every champion on Golarion.
Right.
Strays and Click. What about the two
There's
of you?
guys. There's another bear over here.
They're dead now.
What? There's another
Oh,
one?
okay.
There's
Not
2
bad.
more.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start
Technically.
deleting bear tokens. Ta-da! They were never here.
Oh.
Poof.
I'm gonna really have nothing to do, so I'm gonna go around asking anybody who's hurt.
Yeah.
and I'll tell them I'll heal them with pixie dust, but it's just glitter.
Just go around lying to people.
No,
That's crazy.
no.
Do you have one of those Disney ones that they use at the parks for the glitter?
Yes.
Throw a
Go-
glitter bomb at them.
I'm going to the ones I've already seen somebody else heal, so that like I can take credit for my pixie magic.
Fantastic. There's like a third of them, especially the ones around Narsh who lost tusks to the tooth fairies, who see you coming and really try not to have like a little bit of stereotypical judgment, but you do see them like immediately, almost subconsciously, go to protect their mouths with their hands. Some of them overcome and will accept your pixie dust graciously. Narsh most specifically refuses, though. Click, what would you like to do?
I think Click is finally woken up enough from the bear attack
Yeah.
to understand something really weird is going on. And I'm assuming Kestrel is still behind Click.
Yeah, she's honestly, she's actually chastising some of the knights. Now that you have like a closer look at them, most of them aren't wearing their full armor. You can see a number of them are actually like pretty sloshed, and not many of them are fully sober right now, which is probably why they weren't fighting form. And so you can hear her chastising, moderation, people. What have I been telling you? We're here not just to have a good time, but also to get on good terms with these people and present our case and ask for aid. I know, Kestrel, but we got invited to a drinking contest earlier tonight. A couple of them like cheer at that point, raise their swords like mugs. She just... Alright, fair.
Click is gonna like tap on Kestrel's shoulder. Kestrel's probably tall, so maybe like tug
Yeah.
on the edge of her cloak. But like, so you guys get a lot of bear attacks around these parts?
Far be it from me to say. By the way, well done on that fight. Quite impressive. Was that a card I saw you using?
Yeah, just, old trick of the trade, being a circus performer as it is. You know how it goes.
Fair enough, yes. Quite impressive. From my understanding, there are bears in the region, but undead bears? Certainly not something I was expecting us to fight here, and I'm a little ashamed of the showing of my compatriots. Even drunk, they should be better equipped with fighting these abominations. So, I'm afraid I'm just as confused as you are as to exactly what's going on. She'll like look up at Zool, who's sort of examining the body, and wait to see if he says anything.
Yeah, Zool will just look over at Click. Fucking awesome! With the card. Goes back to the bear.
Thank you. Oh. Okay.
Most of you guys have probably seen this goblin around Torrentmoot so far, but have not necessarily struck up any sort of long conversation before now. Zool, taking a look over this corpse, I mean, it's telltale undead. The energies of the void have infested the corpse of this creature and reanimated it. On your religion check, as far as you can tell, there's no direct magical signature attached to the void energy here. So you're relatively certain there's not a necromancer out there that is specifically responsible for raising this bear, but perhaps just latent void energies coalesced within these corpses and reanimated them.
Okay, so there's no signs of stitching then.
No, no signs of anyone performing any work. These are very clearly bears who died for whatever reason. That's more medicine check to figure that out as to why they died in the first place. Your check is more on the magical side, the reanimation side, and you're fairly certain it was more of a natural occurrence than man-made.
Okay, Jericho, is there a roll or skill check I could make to see if I could recall some time in the past when the orcs were allied with Tar-Baphon, if he did anything to Belkson to make natural areas of void energy?
Ooh, you do have undead lore here. Go ahead and just generally give me recall knowledge.
Okay.
Thinking back, I mean, that's a long time ago, and orc history is fully oral traditions for the most part. There aren't many written records, especially of that long ago. It's mostly the stories passed down. You're not aware of any stories of Tar-Baphon, the Whispering Tyrant, acting upon the natural environment itself. Pockets of void energy incorporating into things does occur. It's not super common, but perhaps with the Whispering Tyrant's resurrection, something has happened, and it's like a almost just aura of the Lich King, effectively, that is causing this sort of resurgence. It could also be pure coincidence.
All right, so I'll keep the very, very slight possibility it's Tar-Baphon to myself, and I'll mention it to my allies and to Ardax. But if anyone asks, I'll just say it's a freak occurrence.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll tell Strahd, Gwen, Glasha, Ardax, and then once I get to know Click better, I'll tell Click as well.
Not for now, though.
Yeah.
Seeing Kestrel look in your direction, are you telling Kestrel your suspicion,
Yes,
or
I'll
just
tell
keeping it normal?
I'll tell Kestrel my suspicion.
Perfect. Gwyn, trying, heading out of the edge of camp, looking for the tracks. Do you have dark vision? Low light vision. Are you taking a torch or anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I use the fire on the sword?
That's not really enough to form any major amount of light, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll take a torch.
Sure. Because, there was a certain amount of light from the campfires, but if you wanted to range out a bit further and try and truly figure out the direction these bears were coming from, whether they were all coming from as a pack or separately, with a 21 survival, taking a look around here. As far as you can tell, how far are you willing to follow the tracks you find? Is actually a question I should ask.
I mean, what time of night is it?
It's a little after 10 p.m. right now.
Oh shit, it's still pretty.
Sun is
late.
fully set. It's the middle of night. You guys were probably preparing to pack up and rest when these things attacked.
I go out. Probably not that far.
Not that
maybe
far.
I'll walk out, maybe following it, maybe 10-15 minutes.
Okay,
Then
yeah.
come back.
10-15 minutes is actually enough.
Oh, okay.
These things weren't super far away where they started out. You follow the tracks mostly north, slightly northwest, maybe 340 degrees from where north is, and you end up finding a pretty large ditch in the ground that has been dug that looks like it was large enough to fit all of these bears.
Damn, that's a
Actually,
big
it's not a
ditch.
single ditch. It is a couple ditches relatively
Okay.
close to one another that all these bears fit within. That seem to, after reanimating, crawled out, climbed their way out, and just sort of began meandering. You can turn and see the light of the campfire from Torrentmoot here in the distance, so that might be what drew
Okay.
them.
Gotcha.
But
I will head
it's,
back.
these were relatively close to camp.
Okay, I'll take note of the position and then head on back to camp.
Fantastic. Glasha, we've got you going to talk to Hein, Bone Snap, Rask, Janeth, the other orc scouts you all went hunting with, who are in the middle of like picking up arrows, talking to some of the hobgoblins, perhaps getting some wounds treated, wiping the blood off of their blades. Rask will notice you approach. Glasha, good to see you. You all right?
Yes, actually, we did all right over on the west side of camp. Looks like you all were successful as well.
Yes.
No big injuries, I hope.
Nothing major. She'll like show a scratch she has on her arm that has yet to receive any major treatment. It's not particularly deep or anything, but just sort of like following the length of the bone down her forearm. Nothing too major. She'll like crane her head over in the direction where the bodies are getting cleaned up by some of the warriors who are in better condition at this point. Glad to see you're all right. See.
I did want to ask if
Oh yeah.
if you all, since you have done more scouting than we have, if you have ever seen anything like this before.
Yes and no. The bears are recognizable pretty easily. We put them down, but them reanimating, I've got nothing on.
When you say put them down, like these, is there potentially these are ones that were killed by,
Yeah.
I don't know, by...
When we were scouting out a location for Torrentmoot, we knew there was diseased bears in the area, some sort of wasting affliction that was slowly killing them, and we didn't want to risk anyone's health or safety, so we ended their lives and buried them a distance from here.
I see. Well, certainly concerning that they've been reanimated. How about
Yes.
you? You're not familiar with that at all.
No, I mean, I've fought some skeletons, a few ghouls here and there. I mean, zombies are common enough when you are fighting undead that I've fought them before, but bears was new. I will be open about that. I haven't fought an undead bear before, so wasn't quite prepared for the strength they would still possess, and see where that got me.
Well, yeah, thanks for sharing whatever info
course.
you have.
Glad to see you're okay.
Yes, I mean, it's, I'm not the most versed in medicine, but I do have some healing magic, so I can try to aid you, and it's probably overkill for that type of wound, but I'll just cast Soothe and heal her some.
Yeah. She like goes to raise her hand in a thanks but no thanks, but before she even gets that out, you're already unleashing
Too late.
healing magic. And very quickly the injury fades, the skin knitting itself back together, leaving nary a scar behind. She almost looks a little disappointed. The lack of getting a scar from this. But
I can...
accepts it. If, you know what? not going to complain about help offered. So
Uttering.
at this point, Hein will probably finish her conversation with Lieutenant Nar and make her way over. Glasha, glad to see you're all right. Is everyone else from your group alive and okay?
Yes, I think we had one scare with someone going or almost passing, but I don't think we had any fatalities, so we're doing okay.
Oh, that's good. And she will actually name the various hobgoblins that I am not bothering to come up with names for, but like just gesture to two of them, say their names, and Tom and Dick here are very versed in healing arts. They are making their way around. They should get to whoever amongst your friends needs some assistance and help them bandage up their injuries.
Thank you. And Rask was mentioning that these bears had been buried before the Torrentmoot. Is there any other
Yes.
creatures that could possibly be, reanimated if someone did this, or there's some strange reason why? Is there any other burial places like this nearby that we should be wary of? I actually didn't say buried on purpose, but
I swear I heard it.
She
it was subconscious.
takes a moment and thinks to herself. You can like see the gears turning for a moment.
Even orc burials or something?
I mean, any number of creatures could die and have their remains scattered about. As for legitimate locations where people could have, where undead could be, there may be a few barrows in the area, but I don't know of any exactly. They're not exactly obvious to find.
Okay, well, I guess we'll all just have to be a bit more on the lookout, I guess. We'll see what Ardak says about what this means for Torrentmoot, but who knows, maybe he'll just give some inspiring speech about working together now that we
We're
all
probably having
successfully
bear
fought them off.
tomorrow.
Probably what?
Probably, no, not having bear meat. This was, we buried them because there wasn't anything salvaged to eat, so probably the inspiring speech, let's be honest. Glasha, actually, go ahead and give me a recall knowledge, because you are an orc of Belkzen, so you would likely have just general information on burial practices.
Sure.
Gwyn, are you sharing the graves you found with anyone when you
Yes,
return?
I
Okay.
am.
I would allow anyone at this point who actually wants to make that recall knowledge check. See what, if anything, you know about burial practices here in Belkzen. Some of you are going to have higher DCs because you're not exactly native to Belkzen, but...
Damn.
Can y'all knock it off, please?
No, we refuse.
Weirdly enough, the two people who it comes to immediately are Strays and Click.
Oh my god.
Of course.
Glasha and Zul, you probably know like the general how burial rites are held, but it's never really been something that you really let sink into your head because it's just a way of life. You never really think about it. But Click, Strays, learning things as you go, asking weird questions to people you come across. You do learn things.
How you survive.
Gwyn, you know it's not socially acceptable to meet someone for the first time and be like, so what do you do with your dad?
Yeah, sounds about right.
And your natural 2 reflects the fact that you do not ask those questions.
Ah, perfect.
The natural 19s and 20 of click and strays, perhaps they don't have such inhibitions about asking questions.
I mean, smaller guys, we die faster, so it's just a normal part of life.
Yeah.
Again, the average age of goblins, if there's no one to save them from themselves,
20.
is 20.
And they're
That's
adults.
an actual piece of lore
I'm
from
aware.
the goblin entry.
Damn.
Yeah, and they're like adults at like 9 years old, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, adolescents at 3, adults at
Mhm.
7, I think it was.
So strays and click, and we'll start with sort of the general information you guys know, and that's most people who die in Belkzen get unmarked simple graves. Until recently, their eternal rest was entrusted to Zagresh, the orcish god of the dead, until he was ousted from the pantheon in the recent Crucible happenings. What a fucking loser. There are barrows around in which individuals can be interred. To be interred in such a barrow, though, speaks to a legitimate importance to the individual. So, hold leaders, and not just any hold leader, but like a hold leader who has significantly contributed, I can't speak, contributed to their people, might be someone who gets a barrow. Wealth has no bearing on whether you get a barrow or anything like that. It is truly, you are a person of importance, and you have done something of importance warrants that. Strays, I'm gonna take your last hero point.
I knew it was coming.
They're not helping anyway. Still miss everything.
But with that sort of information most of you have found, as the bodies get cleaned up, people go around treating to wounds, Ardax checks in with a few people, and you really actually start to get to see what the community is beginning to look like. A lot of sort of disparate people who wouldn't work together before this came here just to potentially meet others and build the foundations for future cooperation, are actively checking in on one another, cooperating, seeing who needs help, and for all intents and purposes, it seems like Ardax's plan is working here. Perhaps one of you is a conspiracy theorist who will think that this was staged then, but I leave that to your imaginations, and you can think on that as we take a quick break here. Stand up.
I was going to say,
stretch, grab
Jericho's
some
planting
water.
the seeds of doubt.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Yeah,
Why
really.
wouldn't I?
Oh.
Do we level up?
Yes, indeed.
Holy
As
shit.
this
Yay.
fight comes to an end, people begin to rest. You, in fact, do reach level 4. So we're going to take a break, stand up, stretch, grab water, do what you need to do. Go ahead and hit that you're back on the break time when you have finished leveling up. I'm going to get some water myself here and get out from under this light because it is making me sweat. And I will then be around to help out people with level ups as well. So I will catch you all in a minute.
Okay.
I want
Welcome
to
back.
talk to Ardax and try to see if it's a conspiracy, if he's lying. But anyway,
I mean, you're welcome to.
The level
Ardix
25
actually
NPC.
Tar-Baphon in disguise.
The
He's
level
been possessed this
25.
whole time. You guys figured it out. Oh no.
That's why he doesn't have a stat block. It's not really him.
right.
True.
It's just Tar-Baphon stat block. You guys want to see the cool ass Tar-Baphon art I have?
Yeah, let's
Oh,
see
yeah.
it's
it.
just
actually.
Ardax.
Damn. Just a picture of Ardax where he has a skull painted on his face instead.
Damn.
Yes, exactly. How you figured it out. Oh no. I love just how much like orc artwork I have though for this. It's fantastic. They gave me so much. But was there anything else anyone wished to do tonight? The bodies have been cleaned up. Most wounds have been tended to. Thankfully, no fatalities. Couple injuries, couple big ones that needed more magic than what just physical dressings could provide, but everyone is going to be okay. But were there things people wished to do tonight?
I want to steal some bear teeth.
Oh, Lord.
Sure.
Just make everybody really uncomfortable.
Why not? Oh,
Wear 'em around your
God.
neck.
Okay, but what about
Narsha's
this.
glaring at you the entire time.
okay, but what about the head teeth?
Bears
They don't have
head
head teeth.
Claws.
Don't worry, Gwen. We'll find some more head teeth.
Okay, perfect.
Is it like
Uh,
similarly disrespectful to take animals' teeth?
No,
To the
because
orcs, you
typically
think?
animals are used for whatever they're used for. Hides, bone, all of that is used in arts and crafts and tools. So if you're taking it like generally with the purpose of doing something with it, people aren't going to bat an eye. Most people are more so maybe giving odd looks if you take things from these, because these were diseased bears in life. They very clearly were ill and unsafe, and so if they see you taking it, it's like that weird thing. It's a trophy of an undead you've defeated, so yay. But it's a disease-ridden beast, nay. So it just kind of evens out in this case. No real positive or negative reinforcement for this.
Okay.
I don't do all of my water on that break. I'm going to start having like multiple glasses lined up.
Me with my 2 mugs on my desk.
Me with my 3rd drink of the night.
I only have one coaster here, and I don't want to grab any more.
Just be one of those people that
just
has
use
a
Post-it
gallon.
notes.
I do have a gallon bottle, but I'm not drinking that at the desk.
Why not?
Chug, chug.
Because that's for the gym.
There.
I am in my own home. I can drink out of a water glass.
But you're working your mouth out here.
I'm gonna
Just
stop
drink out
talking
of
now.
a stein like I do. Makes it-
I do that on occasion.
Stein.
Mugs, the occasional stein. I have a lovely little cup that I have used on occasion that says it is the tears of my players. Extra salty.
Nice.
Or not extra salty, still warm.
My God.
But I recently washed that cup, so I'm not using it tonight.
Fair.
Fair enough.
All right. Anything people would like to do?
I can't think of
Talk to
anything.
Ardax in the morning.
Okay. Is anyone talking to Small Goblin?
Yes.
Because you
Yeah,
haven't
probably.
really met each other still.
Oh yeah. Once Zool's done, with the bear, he'll go up to Click, introduce himself. Yeah. Hello. I'm Zool. Can I see that card that you used to slit the bear's throats? That was most impressive.
What? Oh, yeah, sure. Click does a little card trick to kind of like summon the card out of nowhere, it looks like. And then passes it over. It's just a normal playing card, I think, as far as I'm aware.
So Zool, he like takes it and kind of like flicks it around, tries to cut his finger on it. He's like, "How? How? I saw you do it."
I mean, it's just a flick of the wrist.
Notably, Zool, there are magic runes that are engraved onto this deck of cards. Strangely, it is the type of runes that would be used on weapons specifically to make them more just inherently accurate and sharper. But from your awareness, that type of magic is not usable on something like a deck of cards normally.
Okay. He'll still just be, and he'll hand it back to Click. Damn, that's impressive. I'm sorry I didn't get your name.
Click bell. Did I get yours by chance? I don't think so.
Zool Thraka.
Zulthraka. Wow. Quite a strong name you got there. Kind of makes sense considering I feel like I'm gonna break my neck if I try to stare at your face.
I mean, I can get lower if that helps.
That works out a little bit better.
Okay, then
So,
Zool just plop down. He's a simple man.
I'm picturing Grog from Vox Machina, sorry.
I just realized, Click, that at 3rd level, not only do you have Bouncy Goblin from level 1, but you took extra Squishy also.
Yep.
Are you just made of rubber?
There was an idea when we made this character, and a lot of it was me giving them cursed ideas.
So I'm gonna blame
Well,
you for
yeah.
things. Good to know.
A combination of, yeah, I kind of wanted to make a joke character in the first place.
You can also blame a mutual friend of ours who in our first Pathfinder campaign ever also played a bouncy squishy goblin,
Yes, he did.
and his character died getting eaten by a spider. And every campaign he's played in, he for some reason keeps trying to play a goblin, and every campaign he has been swallowed whole by something.
I hope you understand that this joke character you have built is only going to be a joke for so long until I start breaking out the emotional trauma.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh God!
Can it really be a joke character if they were like the MVP in their introductory
I
fight?
don't think it's
Fair
much
enough,
of a
yeah.
joke, man. two crits, slitting undead bears' throats with seemingly mundane cards.
Aaron,
To
you
be
know the fate
fair.
that must befall a goblin in my campaign.
After just waking up. That's just funny. No, the goblin's sad, yes, but
Yeah, like, is she gonna
For
become a
now.
lich? Like, what do you mean?
No, there's a flood
yeah, I sold
coming.
my soul. No.
Oh, you see, I missed
Oh.
that session,
Oh,
so I
you
feel like I
did miss
missed
that
like
session.
a big thing in that, but that's true. Forgot about that.
Last thing I'll say before we get into this, just on that for anyone wondering, my first campaign was Age of Ashes, and our pretty much first and only character death was the goblin, who died in a flash flood
Yeah.
because he tried to climb a tree.
Oh yeah.
It didn't end well.
Oh no.
So
Don't forget you almost killed me in this one.
Oh, don't worry,
Oh,
we'll
no.
get back to that.
The Torrentmoot, the flooding.
But we've got the flooding coming, and I have a goblin now.
There's no trees to climb.
All right,
so-
who's the tallest one in the group? Because they might have to be the tree.
I think it's me.
Yeah, it's Gwen.
I think Gwen's almost like 7 feet tall.
All right. I think Strays and Click are gonna have to fight for tall spots to get out of the way.
I'm tiny. I can ride there without bothering them.
Strays has wings
True.
also.
Oh. Fair. But yeah, I think Click was gonna ask Zool about what y'all are up to, kind of out in the
Well,
Badlands like this.
Well, I
Since
mean,
we're meeting for the first time.
we're here for the Torrentmoot, you know, diplomacy, representation of our holds, learning, all that. Me,
Just-
I'm from the Burning Sun hold.
Oh yeah? You someone
Yeah.
important or something? Sorry, I don't
Uh,
know. It's not about orc culture.
no, I'm not anybody important. I'm not even a full orc. But the matriarch of my hold deigned fit to give me divine magic, so I'm making the most of that. Perhaps you've heard of her, the goddess Maja Firehair. She ascended through the crucible.
Ah, do I have to make a roll for that?
Are you trained in religion?
No.
That is very funny. It's one of the few skills you're not trained in right now.
Yeah.
You're welcome to make a check, but I would probably imagine at this point in time, with the War of Immortals going on, gods dying and being born almost daily, that the current state of the Orcish pantheon may perhaps elude you.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, I think Click's gonna say I might have heard of her in passing. We goblins don't hear much about the orc life. We're a little lower to the ground, if you would.
Okay, there's only two really important things you need to know about her. Fire and fire.
Oh.
Lots of fire.
Oh, you know what? I used to know a few people like that would mess with fire a lot, so good company.
Did they also ascend to godhood?
No, they were more Well, I guess they did do some fire stuff in the air. They were more of the entertainer quality, like myself.
Well, wait a
Shout out to
minute.
Goblin Feet Burn It, where you can light yourself on fire.
I've thought about that, and I will.
Oh no,
Very
a
fun
pyro
feat.
goblin.
And for my next trick, now.
The feat is just called Burn It.
I'm gonna fucking burn myself.
Okay, but can the goblin light themselves on fire and then the orc just yeet them at enemies?
We're not making human cannonballs here.
Give the orc
No,
fireballs.
there's a
No,
feat
we're
that
making a
lets you do
flaming
that.
kickball.
So, Click, what brings you to the Torrentmoot?
Oh, sorry. That image is too funny.
I believe Zool just asked
Sorry.
to click what you're doing in Torrentmoot.
Yes, sorry, I'm getting back to there. I need to collect myself for a second.
Everyone take a deep breath.
No. Yeah, no, just kind of trying to get my feet, make a little bit of a name for myself. I'm an entertainer for hire of sorts. Been working and living with the serious circus troupe. You might have heard of them. They're a bit of a traveling circus, kind of sort of famous. Maybe not quite around these parts. But yeah, trying to find some backers that might be interested in a little bit of entertainment, or, you know, anyone I could offer my skills to should they need someone who can, well, I guess you could see what I can capable of today.
Yeah, your skills are going to be very much wanted here, especially if you put on a repeat performance of tonight.
Well, I can always give it my best shot.
Watch this just be a thing for Click. Every combat, just crit.
Roll 20s, just crit off. Yeah.
Look at Jericho!
And our encounter challenges just got higher.
I'm gonna start making encounters with a little sticky note to myself. Expect barbarian. So I just gotta build like there's a barbarian in the party.
Pint-sized barbarian, yes.
Well,
Squishy.
oh, Click, would you like to meet the rest of my companions?
Sure, I guess, if they're just as fascinating as you've been.
Oh, they definitely are. They definitely are.
I'm
Here,
concerned
come
about
on.
the concern in your voice. Alrighty.
Or let's go over by the main fire.
Very well. Too many windows open to find everything.
Two of you
There we go.
stride over to the main campfire at this point. There are a few more people than were out previously. People have just been awoken by zombie bear attack who are now awake, conversing with one another, and generally, like, a few of them look at you guys, nod when they see you. Most of your names are becoming pretty known to people around Torrentmoot. Whether they've directly met you or not, most people recognize who you are at this point, simply by proxy of everything that's gone on, your successes on various challenges, and the different strange encounters that have happened, dealing with the Tooth Fairies, Ardex's puzzle box, going and taking care of the Perryton threat, things like that. I am throwing dice everywhere. I'm sorry. But you guys make your way over, and the rest of you are now face to face as well with this small goblin that Zool has brought over that joined midway through the battle with the zombies and did work.
As we approach the
Yeah.
fire and sit down, I'll introduce Click to everybody. Everybody, this is Click. You saw her work. It was most impressive. Click, this is everybody.
Hello, everybody. Are you a collective, or are there some names I
Hello.
gotta learn here?
I'm Glasha. I believe we met when I rudely woke you up, although I'm glad I did.
So you were the alarm clock this morning. Oh, glad to finally know your name there, so I can quit just calling you Tall One. Yeah, kind of annoying. My world, everyone's a bit taller.
Well, yeah, I guess most of us are here.
Yeah, well.
Sorry, strays.
Orcs be like that.
It's okay. It is tough being our height, isn't it? The whole world smells like butt.
Oh my god, don't get me started on armpits.
Oh, it's terrible.
And feet. Ugh.
Oh, the worst. And I'm even closer to them. Oh.
God, do people bathe? I swear.
You know, I'm pretty sure they don't know what they smell like.
Mm-mm.
We take
Well, at least
our
you got
annual
wings.
bath when the flood happens. I'll have you guys know. So
Oh.
just
A few
Oh.
more days.
Oh no.
That explains so much, actually.
All right,
just kidding. Just messing with you guys.
I'm gonna sit closer to the small one here so we can get out of the
I'm
wing
gonna
direction.
slowly like slide my way away from Glass. Like, maybe not that one.
These
Maybe
people
not
can't take a joke. Wow.
Everyone just side-eyeing Glasha.
There's a couple orcs who hear you and probably look a little offended because that is legitimately the one time a year they bathe.
Oh
Oh
no!
But they're
no.
also the ones absolutely that everyone looks at and is like, you smell. Take a bath.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I just took one 6 months ago. What do you mean?
Oh,
I'm just fine. This dried, crusty blood on me from someone I killed 2 months ago, that's a sign of honor.
Alright, Click is gonna look at Strays and be like, alright, us little guys gotta stick together, you hear?
I'm with you, you know? These tall guys got some weird habits.
Mm-hmm.
I will object to that. I at least do not like that. Also, hello, my name is Gwyn. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Gwyn, alrighty. I dare say you are the tallest around here, so... my neck's gonna get a workout.
Yeah, well, I'm used. That kind of just comes with my. Don't worry, both our necks will be getting a workout with me having to look down.
Fair.
I've
My
just
dad's
gotten used to talking to their ankles personally.
Gosh. If only they made furniture in all sizes, you know? You strike me as a bit different from the rest of these folks, though. Gwyn.
Yes. Well, I'm not from the area. I'm from much further north than Cheliax.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Can't say we go that far in my travels, but
Understandable.
Nicely met.
So,
Right, did you say
Same
you're
for you.
from much further north than Cheliax?
yes. I've been in Cheliax for most of my life. I'm not from Cheliax.
So,
I don't
Gwen,
actually know geography of the world, so I'm just gonna be. I'm assuming I'm further south from Cheliax.
No, you guys are like straight north from Cheliax, a good distance.
Oh, never mind.
Cheliax is
Yeah,
the
just a
southern
world.
tip, effectively, of the continent of Avestan. You guys are near the northern end of Avestan.
Cool. I'm from further north from here, but I came from the south. From Cheliax.
hey Gwen, is Cheliax still a bunch
It
of
sucks,
devil
don't go there.
worshippers? Oh, it's okay. So it's still a bunch of devil worshippers. Got
Gwyn
it.
just straight
Cool.
face says, "Fuck that place."
Oh,
I get to once
All
again
right.
bring in this image to share to people. Have fun with that picture. For those
Thanks.
of you who need to figure out the general disposition of the inner sea region, have fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. It's fucking cool.
It's fucking cold.
That's been
Mega
So
New
you
York
guys are in
City.
orcs right now, and Fantasy Transylvania is where Tar-Baphon is. Actually, not
the
quite.
USSR.
Tar-Baphon himself is in
cold.
Uh-oh.
Fuck colonists.
Money, money, money.
But
We
look at that
hate
later. Have fun
God.
with that. You guys are in the
Freaking
region labeled
colonists.
no.
I bless the rains down in Africa.
Can we
Yeah,
go
but
to
ultimate
Conan
city-
versus space robots?
We're not going to Numeria. It's a different
Build a
campaign.
kingdom.
Numeria
Big
is a fun
fucking
place to
lake.
be, though.
Fuck,
Fuck
demons.
the USSR. The USSR.
Look,
Only split up by hobgoblins.
yeah,
Crumbled empire, it got better.
Viva la revolution.
we love Gaul. What a great place to live.
Yep.
America, fuck yeah.
Don't forget that there is a gun in Galt that we can get.
Yeah.
It's just a guillotine gun.
Oh my Christ.
My earlier on Sunday campaigns takes place down in Yo-Ho-Ho right now.
Oh
Because that's the
god.
pirate campaign.
Oh, lovely.
Uh,
Ow, the edge.
What? Anything else on
Oh.
the docket for conversation tonight?
I was meaning to ask what brought you all here.
Yeah.
How
The
about
leader of my hold
Torrentmoot?
sent me.
Good answer, Strays.
But you know,
I-
I was here hunting some rogue fey tooth fairies that were stealing teeth.
All right. How's that going for you?
Well, the group here kind of caught most of them, I think, but there might still be some out there.
Cod is not the word I would use.
No.
I was also
stuff
We
saying-
here.
took care of them.
Hold.
Took care, yeah. Maybe that one, but I don't know about Con.
You
Well,
did your best.
they were definitely caught and then killed.
All right. So tooth fairies and zombie bears. Anything else I gotta look out for while I'm here?
Do you know what a periton is?
Never met one. Can you eat it?
I guess you
Maybe.
could.
Zool
we
will
got
pull
some
out
head
the
teeth from
antlers.
them.
Yeah, Zool will pull out the antlers and call them head teeth as he shows them to click.
Forgive me if this is rude in y'all's culture, but care to explain the tooth collection y'all got going on?
No.
I saw one of you pull. All right.
Gwen's just like, no.
Click just looks around like, is there a way out of here?
You know, stick around, you'll figure it out, I think.
That might be the
Oh.
worst threat to hear.
I know. I was about to say, I don't know, but I like the sound of that.
Well, hey, click. All you need to know is that the Perryton was an asshole, so it lost its head teeth.
Yeah.
Wait,
They were
wait,
very
wait.
rude.
That implies it has teeth elsewhere.
It
When
did.
they say head teeth, they are specifically holding antlers.
Thank you. Okay.
Yep.
They're just calling them head teeth.
That
Teeth are
simultaneously makes more and less sense at the same time.
Don't worry, I'm just ignoring it.
Okay.
I've just
Oh,
said
no.
you all have fun. I'm gonna keep my sanity over here. Thank you.
oh, Lord.
We'll make sure to break it.
How's
So
your
are the-
swimming?
So are the rest of you teeth collectors or teeth hunters? Or are you just here for the fun?
Well, I'm here to become a better version of myself, and and then he'll put the antlers away and learn diplomacy, or at least that's what the leader of my hold says. He speaks in riddles. It's very annoying.
Well, that sounds more trouble than it's worth.
Well, I mean, it kind of is, but according to my parents, I'm like related to her, like 88 times removed through marriage, so I kind of have to listen to her.
Ah, okay. Huh. Good luck.
Jericho's response somehow.
I'm not going to unpack that. I'm just going to file that away.
It's also sent here by my hold to meet with other holds and put in a good word for us. So I'd say it's going fairly well.
Alrighty.
I came here to try and get myself started back up on a new life and possibly join with the Knights of Last Wall once
Oh,
again
fine.
and pursue that.
Alright. And y'all just decided to team up together. Fascinating. Alright.
Yeah, you know, we're all good at something. Collectively, we're all good at killing things. You know, just kind of, you know, fit together like a bunch of puzzle pieces.
See that? So what's next on the docket for all of y'all? Gonna go out and collect more teeth or something?
No, we're gonna start working. We're gonna start working on some pamphlets and trust falls to get the orcs to work together.
Alright, now y'all
Yeah.
have lost me. Am I in a cult? Be clear with me. Am I in a cult right now?
Did you not notice this? The place of Scientology. New word
have
I've
this-
definitely just made up.
So here's this white robe for you. You need to put this on.
It's very oversized.
It's very kind of y'all, but I think I'm gonna take the lead.
You see as
Oh, you
everyone
can't
just
leave
starts
now.
surrounding Click.
One of
All
us.
of the orcs
One of us.
simultaneously.
Oh, no.
One of us.
Mom told me there were nightmares like this. I didn't think they were real.
No, no, Click. All joking aside, how much do you actually know of the Torrentmoot, aside from the jokes I've cracked about it?
I guess my information could basically be summarized. It's a bunch of orc tribes and a lot of head honchos gathering for political reasons.
That is
Not sure
one
if
of
I
the
could explain it better
reasons.
than that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons it's been gathered. Ardax, Jericho, above table. Is Ardax the unspoken leader of Belkson? I can't remember.
Yes. He is the leader of the largest hold and the hold that owns Urgir. So he is. There is no, like, common
He's the biggest
leader.
fish in the pond.
Yes, that is the best. That is probably the best way you could describe it.
Okay.
A lot of different holds do listen to him right now, so he has the biggest influence, but he's not like the officially appointed overlord of Belkson.
Okay. So, Click. Ardax, the best way to describe him is picture Belkson as a pond. Ardax is the biggest fish in the pond. He's
Alright.
not necessarily the leader of all orcs, but he has the most sway with our people.
Alright.
And that too.
So he's not
Uh,
someone you want to mess with, is what I'm getting.
Correct. Don't do that.
Goodness
Don't
sakes,
do
he knows
that.
all your
Wasn't
secrets.
planning on it, but just to know. Okay. Huh.
Well, what brings you here, Click?
Well, I've been trying to get my solo act on the road a little bit, trying to figure out if there's some people that might like to hire some skills of the more acrobatic or, dare I say, sneaky nature to kind of help them along with their own quests. But trying to find someone who might find that valuable, I guess. Figured most of the big warrior tribes in the area, they probably would have good use for me. Someone like me.
Well, I mean, if you can get in and out of places without anybody noticing, that's always valuable.
I see.
Been known to get
I don't see
myself
any
in and
reason
out
why
of
we can't
some.
have something like that with us. Oh, my headset died.
Yeah, it's like real quiet.
Is stabbing things to death really hard an acrobatics thing?
Usually, I would say
I think you're selling the wrong part of your skills, is what I'm saying.
I'm so sad I missed whatever was said because my headset just shut off.
uh, no, I think, well, let's just say I wasn't sure how effective they would be against a creature that big, so I'm just as surprised as all of y'all. But no, I tend to be much more of the slippery type, if you catch my drift.
I thought you were some sort of barbarian from how you fought, really.
I mean, do
Maybe
I
like
look-
a barbarian.
I, I mean, no offense, but maybe from your perspective, I might look a little bit large and in charge.
You're
but
huge, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I assure you, your friends over here would have a much better go at that than I would.
I'll take your word for it.
I think
Well-
you could chalk up my performance tonight as a bit of pure dumb luck, which
I
every
don't
performer
like
needs.
that he's rolling stuff.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. Okay, whenever Jericho
Don't
says don't
worry about it
don't
now.
worry. Well, Click, if you're looking to make a solo act, this is a good place to do it.
Oh yeah?
It is.
Why
In
you
a
say
team? I think that's like the opposite.
No, in Beltson.
Oh, that makes more sense.
that?
I mean, it's easier with a team, to get the ball rolling.
True. And
I
did-
agree with that.
I did, once I woke up a bit, I did admire some of the performances y'all were providing as well with those, I would hesitate to call something like that a bear, but
It was a dead one. Also, Click, are you injured?
oh yeah, one of the bears bit down on me a bit hard. They probably, saw
Would you
something
like
my
me to
style.
heal you?
That was a snack. Oh, I'd appreciate it if you could.
Okay, you'll
Okay.
see Zool. He'll hold out his gauntleted hand, and then it begins to glow with like this golden light, and it travels into your wounds.
Oh, wow. Where did you learn to do that?
There are perks to being blessed by a god. Maja granted me her gifts.
Oh, that's a cool sound effect. Okay.
And that's my
Wow.
last heal spell for the day.
Half the time you say your deity's name, it sounds like you're saying Mahjong.
Yes.
I know.
I keep
Am I,
hearing Maz,
Jericho,
though,
am
like
I
the
not
gauntlet
pronouncing it
card.
right?
Yeah, Maja is correct. It's just funny. Because I keep expecting
Maja.
like one more syllable.
Maja.
It's Mazda now.
No.
Mazda fire hair.
Yeah.
Everyone
make
worships the
one more
deities
card?
in their own way.
Lord.
Yeah. But
Well, if you got
mean-
healing powers like that, I wouldn't mind sticking around you, considering if, we get more creatures like that.
yes, I'm going to have to prepare myself a bit differently on the morrow, because if we're going to be running into more of those freaks of absolute nature, I need to be better prepared to combat them. But I would love for you to stick around. Straws, Glasha, Gwen, what do you three think?
I agree.
Works for me.
Certainly.
Well, there we
Alrighty
have
then,
it.
it's a done deal. It's a done deal then. And Click's gonna do a little card trick. Just out of like cheer. Camaraderie.
Fantastic. All right. Soon after you all make your way back to your tents, take off your gear perhaps, but keep it close at hand. After all, if some zombie bears attacked, who's to say there won't be more?
Yeah.
Your one right behind you.
But sleep does find you. And whether you take a bit of a watch to assist the guards or simply through your own practiced habits. Thankfully, nothing else finds danger with you throughout the night. So, you all may go ahead and take your long rest, which, click, you won't have to do it very frequently for you, but it is on the top left of your character sheet, right under your max HP. It's the little bed
A
button.
bed. Right.
And then a little teacup is what you would hit afterwards to do any daily preparation, things you have to do, if you
Gotcha.
have any. Rogues don't have much they gotta do.
Yeah. Are we ration tracking?
If you want to, sure, but I'm not gonna force
Okay.
you to.
Just making sure.
Yeah, I don't often force that sort of resource tracking. Rations, ammunition on ranged weapons. I will typically operate under the assumption that you guys are keeping it in mind and, you know, perhaps picking up new rations if a sufficient amount of time has passed. Assuming like you're spending a small amount of money in cities to pick up whatever you need supply-wise to be prepared. I don't want to force people to keep track of things if they do not wish to.
Fair.
But as the new morning dawns, Ardax does come out and give a bit of a speech, and it's not really like a speech to everyone, but he sort of goes around talking to people again, and you know, thanking some people who helped out and those who were injured fighting the zombies, clapping people on the shoulder, congratulating them, you know, making mention that this will make you 10 times more prepared if the Whispering Tyrant does come knocking again. But generally seems to help keep everyone's spirits up. Belkson is not a safe place inherently, so most people here, it really more than anyone would be the people who are foreign dignitaries visiting would be the ones most surprised and thrown off by last night's events. Most people just shrug it off as, yeah, that happens in Belkson. Whatever.
Huh.
No one died, so there's no point in dwelling on it. We got partying to do.
True.
This is a time of relaxation. We'd be damnable fools not to take advantage of it just because we had a fight. So, no major events today, it seems. So we are back to about 2 phases. If you guys have anything you would specifically like to do, if you want to earn income, if you want to try and influence people, you guys know you have maxed out influence with Kestrel. Have not maxed out influence with Grothlin or Devore yet, though you have spent some time chatting with them. And if you have just certainly anything in general you would like to do, you are welcome to do so today.
Okay.
Roz, do you have a striking ruin on your hand wraps?
I do not know.
Jericho, would it be possible for me to trade my wand of widening fire breath and chip in whatever extra gold's needed to get Straws a striking ruin on his hand wrap?
You don't want what weapon?
Could I trade
Don't
my
want the
wand
breathe
of
fire?
widening? Yeah, to get Straws a striking ruin on his hand wrap.
Shame. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll also chip in a bit.
Sure. So in total, if you are truly looking to just get rid of the wand, that will cut 50 gold off of the 65 necessary for a striking rune. So
Okay, so we need
you would
10
need
more,
15
so
total.
15 more.
Yeah, I got
Each one-
22.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Zool, if you want to go ahead and drop your wand, Strays, and actually, you guys have built up a bit of a reputation with Aryan Prent at this point as well. Let's see here. He's actually going to go ahead and give an extra 9 gold for that wand. So, Strays, this is only going to cost you 6 gold on top of that wand being gotten rid of.
Alrighty.
Seeing
mark that
how
out.
well you guys did, he's going to, when you come over and say you want a weapon, he's going to nod a little bit and go, yeah, absolutely. And he will just knock off a bit of the payment. Like when he hands you your hand wraps back, he'll hand back He'll hand wrap. He'll hand back a few of the gold coins as well that you paid to him. But you now have a striking rune on your hand wraps.
Nice.
So, anyone else have
All right.
forms of shopping they would like to do today?
What level's the settlement again, Jericho? 4?
4 is about the highest things you could purchase here in Torrentmoot, and you are going to be limited to common stuff for the most part.
Okay.
Because this is not a full settlement, this is just a number of people. So the Prents have brought some goods for trade and sale, so have many others, but this is not like a full settlement where there are stocked stores with items for purchase.
Okay, I can't. Let's see. Do we want to get a couple more climbing kits in case we need to go back out into the canyons?
It's not a bad idea.
All right. Let me see how much the climbing kits are.
They are 5 silver apiece.
All right.
Yeah.
Did we also get like 30 platinum or something from or am I thinking of something else?
You guys got
crazy.
35 gold. The Warhammer that Ardax had offered you guys, since none of you really needed that, he got the rune attached to Gwyn's weapon and gave you guys 35 gold to cover the potency rune. So there is that 35 gold in the party stash that I can actually go ahead and distribute if you guys would like.
Yeah. Click, do you have a striking ruin on your cards?
I think so.
You do.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So the important people have striking ruins.
Yeah.
All of you got 7 gold from that being transferred out. There are also 2 items in the party stash that you guys have failed to identify thus far that, now that it's a new day, you could make some new checks if you wanted to.
Yeah, could I make a... We can make one apiece, right, Jericho?
There is the certainly not a bomb liquid-filled vial filled with bubbling liquid, and the magical vial of clear oil as well.
Could I try the clear oil?
Sure.
And here's my recall knowledge.
I'll try for the other one.
Sounds good. Fantastic. Both of you sort of sitting down early in the morning, pulling out the toolkits you have, taking a look at both of these things. You take a couple minutes, look over, really examine them. Maybe even at this point, taste them slightly. Both of you nod to yourselves, look up, look at one another, and shake your heads because you've got no fucking clue what these are.
Amazing.
Awesome! Awesome! We don't know jack shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me take a look at those.
Yeah, absolutely. Which one are you trying to identify?
I'll go with the vial oil.
Yeah, you are not trained in crafting, so the alchemical one would be a bit harder to do. With that check, you guys are going to dip your fingers through this oil to get rid of it that way and taste it. But unfortunately, the art of identifying magic, not particularly your strong suit, strays. Hunting down rogue fae, punching things hard. There are a number of things you are quite good at, but the runes stamped onto the lid of this vial, more arcane than occult in nature, elude you for the moment.
Pretty sure it's just olive oil, guys.
Oh, okay. Olive oil, got it.
Might as well be, yeah.
So you can cook with it?
Glasha or Click, would either of you like to try and identify either of the 2 items? By the way, Click, P on your keyboard is going to open up the parties sheet, which will give you a general idea of like who has what skills, what languages, people's general modifiers, and is where the party stash is.
Right.
Sure, I'll try to identify it.
Yeah, absolutely.
can take a shot as
Oil
well.
or bubbling green liquid. That's absolutely not an acid flask, I promise.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do whatever Glasha doesn't do.
Okay. You are trained in basically every skill, including crafting, so you could identify either.
Yeah.
Rogues.
I don't remember
man.
what I used to try to identify because I don't have crafting.
Then that would be just any of the magic skills. So Arcana,
Okay.
Occultism, Nature, Religion, and you just roll Recall Knowledge for it.
Okay. I guess I'll try to identify the clear one.
Sounds good. The Vial of Oil, which would mean this is going to be the bubbling liquid for you, Click.
Alrighty. Do I roll crafting?
Specifically for this, just generally Recall Knowledge works,
Just
which
recall.
is in that basic action macros.
Got it.
And it won't show anything in chat when you roll Recall Knowledge, because it only shows up for me.
Right.
Y'all, I've got bad news.
We
my
don't know
God.
crap.
The DC is only 18, guys. It's not that
Oh.
challenging.
Damn!
Please.
Whoopsie.
But for some
never
reason,
know.
the
Guess we'll
dice
never know.
fail you when it comes to identification. Glasha and Click, as the two of you following Zool, Gwyn, and Strays' attempts, sit down with these vials, take the tools in your hands. You just retrace the exact same steps that have been done this morning by others, and similarly come to the same response, which is, I don't know.
All right.
Could be
I have
something.
an idea.
Oh no.
Drink it.
I'm gonna grab the 3 vials. I'm gonna walk over to Arian and be like, "Hey, we're struggling here. Do you know what these are?"
Who are you taking those to, Arian or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the merchant, like, I
Uh,
genuinely, we can't figure it out. Do you have an idea?
Give me a diplomacy check here, if you don't mind.
Sure.
And this is just to see if he charges you for it or not, based off of
Fair.
your relationship.
We're re-rolling that.
Oh yeah, sure.
Way better.
Yeah. He'll. You guys do this near the central campfire. He's absolutely like sat here cleaning his tools in the morning, watching you all, like one by one, pick
Fumbling
up the tools,
about.
take a look at them.
Oh no.
Put the acid in your mouth, absolutely, like burn your tongue slightly. And he hasn't said anything because this is entertainment. This is great. But when you come over with the vials in your hand and just ask him, he looks at you. There is a look of pity that crosses his face. And he takes them.
Yeah.
And he will quickly read the runes on both of them without issue. And
he just
hand them
scrapes
back to
the
you.
Like, oh,
cover.
it just
He just scrapes
just
the
says in
label, then it's just
common.
in common.
Yeah.
What it is. Oh.
He gets a piece of like label tape out, prints off a quick name for them in common, and just slaps them on the vials. And then just
Great.
not always going to
Thank
be able
you.
to do them for free, but it was just
We
too sad to
appreciate
watch.
any help we can get.
It was so sad.
I know.
The bubbling liquid-filled vial, unsurprisingly, is a moderate acid flask. A single-use alchemical bomb that deals a solid amount of mostly persistent acid damage to the target. The vial of oil, a bit more unique. You know it's magical. It is an oil of mending, which can be used to repair a broken item. It is a pity you aren't using a shield anymore, Gwyn.
Well, it full healed on its own
I
anyway.
know, but in
I'm
case you
using-
really needed it mid-combat.
I
I'm
guess,
using
yeah.
a shield.
You are?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, hot damn, there you go.
Does anybody have the crit spec for their weapons yet?
Nope.
I think level 5 most people get it.
Level 5 is the most often time that characters will get crit specialization if they get it.
Okay. Does
Yeah.
anybody want a Predator's Claw then? It gives
What
you
the
for
hell
one
is
strike.
that?
It's a
a
talisman,
talisman.
that gives you the crit spec of your weapon one time.
Interesting. I don't even know what my weapon's crit spec is.
Are you the talisman archetype? You get the free ones, or you just have one?
No, I was
No,
gonna
he's
buy
just
them.
thinking about buying
Ah.
them. Now, do note to attach talismans, you guys need a repair kit. So, which I don't
Gotcha.
believe. Does someone in the party have a repair kit? I don't
I
think so.
should have, and I just forgot to buy it.
That would check out.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can't find one of the dumbest weapons in the game, but I love it.
Oh no.
A gauntlet bow.
Nice.
A g-
Nice.
I know where this is going.
It's a common item, so I figured
It's a common item, yup.
to have it attached to my plate mail.
It's a common item, but we're talking orcs here, man.
Maybe the Knights of the Last Wall.
Yeah, the Knights of Last Wall did have bladed gauntlets. So it might be less that you actively find one pre-made, but if you went over to the Knights of Last Wall and said, hey, those bladed gauntlets, could you, like, take the blade off and put a little crossbow on it? That'd be, like,
Yeah.
4 different people whose eyes would light up and be like, oh my god, it's genius. We saw people in Absalom with those, right? Yeah, absolutely. Quick, drop some schematics. And they'll get to work on throwing some together. They won't be available today, but
Works for me.
come a day or two from now, maybe.
So now I have another question about this.
Uh-oh.
It's a weird ruling question. Blazons of power. When they're attached to 2 weapons that I'm wielding, would the gauntlet bow count?
The Blazons of Shared Power?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're the
Gauntlet
ones
Bow
that let you
absolutely
share
would be
runes.
one of them.
Okay,
so,
and then the sword could be
like,
the other.
are you talking about putting one of the Blazons on the Gauntlet Bow?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you have one on the sword,
Okay.
one of the Gauntlet Bow, perfect.
Just want to make
That
sure.
would work perfectly.
I think they're uncommon, so I can't even buy them yet.
They're not uncommon, and someone in the party
Mhm.
actually already has a set of them.
Oh, okay.
me.
Awesome. Okay.
Now, do note, the Gauntlet Bow is freehand trait, so you can't attack with it if you are two-handing your sword still.
I am not.
Okay,
I'm mostly going to be one-handed because I'm a duelist.
cool. Yeah. You'll be able to use it just fine as long as that hand is otherwise free, and you can parry with it, which is cool.
Yep.
Just grab an attack coming at you. And flip them off simultaneously. All right. So, looks like general mourning stuff is done. What would people like to do as the day goes by? Anyone we'd like to try and influence? Anything we'd like to do? Does anyone want to try and earn some money? What you guys got?
What skill could I use to earn income?
Well, it depends honestly on who you'd want to talk to. I mean, athletics wouldn't really be great because that's mostly for challenging. Like Gwyn has used crafting or really more like mining lore because he's gone out and mined for the Prent family so far. There's not really a ton of injuries that need healing, so I'd probably be mostly putting it on like performance and crafting would be best bets for earning income.
You want to put it on a performance, you say?
Oh, boy.
Can I possibly use survival instead?
What are you thinking doing with survival?
Hunting.
Going out and hunting. That is typically a multiple day affair here.
Okay.
Doing hunts, and like you get multiple people, you do it because it is more of sport than hunting for food right now. Because once the deluge occurs and all of the aurochs are migrating, that's when like everyone actively starts hunting for food for the coming year.
What about fishing?
I'd say you could potentially convince some people to pay you to fish. Where are you fishing?
Well, we're right by a... Okay, I know it floods, but isn't there also a river next to the Torrentmoot?
No, it becomes a river when it floods.
Oh, I thought it was like a small river, and then it just grew
No, the
exponentially.
flood road is a road normally, and when the deluge occurs, it fully floods and becomes a river. You might be able to find some like small pockets of water here and there and fish in them, but it's not going to be a very high level earn income if you try that. I'd probably limit it to level 2.
Okay, because I have 0 crafting and 0 in performance.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to find something.
I mean, you don't want to spend some time trying to impress Grothlin with your carvings again?
Could I try to impress her with my awesome wood chopping athletic skills?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So we've got Zool going to potentially influence Grothlin a bit, build up your reputation with her. What about the rest of you?
I will look at Glasha and click and say, "Do you guys want to put on a circus act?"
I mean, I got the skills for it.
I am an acrobat as well.
There we go.
I can
Glasha, you want to
make
do the
some-
music?
Yeah, I can do some background music for you guys.
Something like. So, can you do something like that?
Sure. Sure, something like that.
Copyright land sharks are listening intently.
Uh-oh, they're coming.
Yeah,
Land
if the
sharks?
3 of you wanted to do earn income on using like performance, you're welcome to. Click, I would ask you this. Are you going to be focused on the performance or potentially focus on picking some pockets?
I think at this point, in order to like maybe avoid getting beaten up, like hasn't quite gotten a lay of who's maybe,
Who's
a
safe?
little bit out of it.
She
Better
doesn't have a
wait
mark
until they're
yet.
drunk. Let me put it that way.
Fair enough. Yeah. I'm not sure who has it
So?
on their hotbar. So if you, this is for everyone, if you head over to the Compendium Packs folder in Foundry, which is the second to last tab in the top right, looks like a closed book, and search up Earn Income. Go ahead and grab the macro that looks like a stack of gold coins on your hotbar. Put that on. Just have that so you can use it.
Okay.
And when you're ready, Glasha, Click, and Strays, all 3 of you can go ahead and use that macro. We'll say performance for the most part for this.
Can I do acrobatics? Because I'm going to be doing like jumping tricks.
You do have the acrobat dedication, do you not?
I do, yes.
I will allow
yes.
that here.
Cool.
I believe there are certain feats for it, but this is one day. Who cares?
What level do I set this to?
You can do up to level 4. The
Okay.
higher level you do, the more you'll earn, but the higher the DC will be.
Okay.
Okay. And that's for all of us, same number?
Yeah. So all of you, performance, Strays can do acrobatics. Strays, you will earn 8
Nice.
silver for your role in it. Glasha, the music is immaculate. A tune nobody has heard before.
Oh my Christ.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
And Click, a solid success for you as well, earning 5 silver. You do have to add these manually to your sheet. It does not do it automatically. So Click, you get 5 silver. Strays, you earn 8 silver. Glasha, you earn a whole gold over the course of today.
Wow.
Ooh, wow.
Fantastic. As a modest but entertaining performance, not something that is frequent here at Torrentmoot or generally in Belkzen. These sorts of multi-person, multi-act performances. The Circus has long steered clear of Belkzen, but just for today, it doesn't.
I was gonna ask, like, maybe towards the end of the day or something, I was gonna ask if... I mean, they didn't seem too concerned about the undead thing, so I guess it's probably not worth going to investigate, like, the place where those bears were buried.
You certainly could if you wanted to, but... Like, there's general people being like, undead, oh, we hate the undead. Fucking Whispering Tyrant. But it was something easily taken care of, not enough to put anyone into a real panic.
Oh wait, what am I saying? Gwen, you already like found it, right? And you didn't see anything
Yeah.
there, so never mind. That's not worth it. Going back probably.
You gotta remember,
So you
you're in
already
the
looked.
presence of a lot of people who lost a tooth in the middle of the night randomly and just didn't say anything to anyone because it wasn't worth it to them. That's the type of people you're dealing with here. People who are going like, whatever, it happens.
Yep.
Anyways, more important things to do. Still got my life, I got all my limbs, we're good.
Yeah. Fight, drink, fight.
Gwyn, what would you like to do in the morning?
I know we figured these out. I just don't remember them.
Okay.
What were Davor's favorite conversation topics?
You guys haven't actually figured out his weaknesses or resistances.
Oh,
I don't
we
believe.
haven't. Okay.
Influence skills, though, you know that Belkson or Orc lore are the best skills to use to influence him
Gotcha.
with.
Well, shit.
Followed by either Arcana, Occultism, or Society, talking more on academic topics.
Well, shit.
And always just use general diplomacy. You know that is a skill that works.
Yeah, that might just be what I do, unless you said religion is slightly better, right?
Not for Devore, that was for Kestrel.
Fuck.
It's Arcana,
Alright.
Occultism, or Society for him.
Okay, well, diplomacy it is, I guess.
And Zool, let's get your athletics check for Rothlin.
Okay. This can be hero pointed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because this is
let's
effectively taking place in encounter mode instead of downtime mode.
All right, let's do this. Is that a failure?
Yeah, 16's a failure.
All right,
No.
hero point.
Oh, well, you're all the same.
That's what we take the plus 10s for.
Yeah.
And that will be a success for you. You got like a mild cramp first when you go to start swinging of, fight last night didn't stretch properly afterwards, and
Yeah.
tense up for a moment, but regain form, and yeah. I mean, you have good athletic skill. It definitely impresses her, little as she shows it, but she is opening up a decent amount to you guys. You have a decent friendship with her going at this point that she recognizes and other people recognize.
Okay.
Gwyn, what do you got for us?
Well, I'm gonna try and just kind of establish a relationship with him.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Goddamn.
Well.
All right. That is absolutely a crit success there,
nice.
Gwyn. Immediately rocketing you past that first influence threshold at this point, as you just spend the better part of the day shooting the shit with him.
And also just kind of like finding out more about Pathfinder Society and stuff like that.
You know that if you give him the opportunity to talk, he's not going to shut up. And you give him that opportunity to talk. And it
There we
makes
go.
him the happiest person he can be to just share that conversation and basically tell you whatever you want to know.
Fair. Awesome.
That will do us for the morning block. We've still got people. Earning income is an all-day activity, so Gwyn and Zool, you do technically have one more round that you could use to influence or discover or do anything else if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll try to influence Grothel again.
Yeah,
Or
one
wait a
more
minute.
time.
Yeah.
I take a penalty if I do this consecutively, don't I?
No.
What am I thinking of then? Anyways, yeah, I'd like to more of the wood chopping.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep talking to Devore.
Turn it into an all-day affair. Why not?
Here we
Zool,
go.
maybe for you it turns less into just impressing, but an actual competition with Grothlin.
How's that, Jericho?
That's a very good roll.
How's mine?
And that is a good roll for you as well. And with that, both of you will respectively reach the maximum influence threshold with these NPCs. As you spend the better part of the entire day following last night's fight, just chatting with them, we'll start with Devore, this, relatively powerfully built Dromar who worn traveler's clothes and breastplate, very clearly has seen a lot of combat and a lot of travel. He's very excited, Gwyn, to even just talk to someone who isn't from Belkzen, who has traveled a lot like him. Just sort of swapping stories of different areas. By the time you're finished, he has very clearly taken note of that spark that rests within you. It's not something most people notice easily, but you can see in his eyes he's noticed. He's intrigued. He might ask a question or two about it just because he can't help himself. But it is truly out of an academic understanding than like an interest in power, you can tell.
Yeah. Okay.
But he will... I've noticed you travel with another, or you're at the very least working with a few companions, are you not?
Yeah, I am, yes.
Yeah. Happened to note one of them, from the Drowning Sands, I believe her name was Glasha, does have some bardic persuasions, does she not?
Yes, she does indeed, yes.
I myself dabble in the occult magics, so don't want to simply honor our friendship with a unusable gift, but if you give me a day or so, I would happily transcribe a scroll of magic that she would potentially be able to use in a time of need for you all.
I mean, that's more than I can ask for. I would never be opposed to it, though. Please do not feel pressured to do something like that.
He opens a bag, and you can see he's got ink and parchment for months of writing.
Okay.
I have more than enough supplies for this sort of thing.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. You guys get to choose. You do not have to let me know now, but any second rank occult spell scroll you can have as a gift.
Oh,
Alrighty, there you
So
go.
any second rank
Nice.
occult spell you would like a scroll of, he will transcribe for you.
okay.
Zool, you with Grothlin, after, you sweated out for the majority of the day, chatting, sharing stories, especially like fighting, just knowledge in general, sharing, constantly one-upping each other in a friendly manner. After you put your axe down, you notice her looking at the ease with which you handle it. Hey, can't help but notice you seem to have a bit of divine magic at your access, do you not?
I do.
She looks furtively, almost left and right. How good are you with curses?
Above table, Jericho, there is a specific spell
There
that...
is, yeah. Cleanse Affliction is a second rank spell, but you would note it's not able to fully counteract a curse until 4th rank.
Well, I can, at the current moment, I can somewhat suppress them. I'm currently not strong enough to completely get rid of them.
Slightly crestfallen look, but she nods. She wasn't necessarily expecting that. She knows that's pretty high-ranking magic. Don't Promise you won't laugh.
I promise.
I got a hatchet that's been following me. Get rid of it, and it comes back and tries to take my head off every time.
Huh?
And
Where
I'm
is
at my
it?
wit's end with this thing.
Where is it now?
She will actually go in and pull it out of her tent, and it's a pretty regular looking hatchet. If you'd like to give perception or religion to try and identify what might be doing this, you're welcome to.
Can I ping detect magic, ignoring everything I am aware of, focusing solely on the hatchet?
There's certainly magic within 30 feet of you.
Okay. This is a blind check, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do, you said religion?
Mm-hmm. And you can see, like, the hatchet itself is relatively plain, but there are runes adorning the blade and haft. It's obviously magical in some way.
Okay. So here's the religion check.
Mhm.
I either got a crit success or a crit fail.
Do you have a hero point, Zool?
I do.
I will allow you to use one here if you would like.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh.
So I don't know how to re-roll it on a private
You
roll.
should be able to just right-click and re-roll using hero point, right?
Okay.
But not the option.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. That's very fun. Okay. Well,
Did I
it would
roll a
have been
nat
funny
one?
to just, your nat one tell you, yeah, absolutely, it's cursed and you don't know what to do about it. There's a much simpler solution, Zool. And while you think for a moment, oh, that's a lot of runes, might actually be cursed. A weapon that when you throw it
Oh.
comes back to you.
Oh. It's a returning rune.
It's pretty easy to identify. That's no curse. That is a simple returning rune enchanted on this hatchet.
So it's a +1 returning
It's a plus
hatchet.
one returning hatchet. Yup.
Okay.
No striking
Okay.
rune, just returning. So anytime
Okay.
she throws it away, it comes back.
Okay. I'm going to Grothel, come here. Come here.
Yeah.
What? Okay, I figured out what this thing is.
You did?
Yeah, now you want to keep this between us, correct?
How bad's the curse?
It's not a curse. Watch. And but let us go somewhere where it's just us. But I want to show you that it's not a curse.
Absolutely.
So we'll walk somewhere where we have some privacy.
Yeah, just
And
out
I'll-
of campsite down the hill a bit.
Yeah, where there's a tree, and I'll chuck the hatchet at the tree, and when it goes thunk, I'll kind of grip, and hatchet returns to the hand.
Throws dead precision, hits the side of the tree, embeds itself in the side, and vibrates heavily for a moment before flies back out and returns to your hand. You just catch it with precision. Yeah, see, I told you. Comes back and tries to kill you.
No. Gruffle. It's not trying to kill you. It's returning so you can throw it again. Here, watch. Try it. Just throw it at the tree, and then reach for it.
There is that moment of you see realization and shame on her face.
Gruffle, I
She
give you
takes
my
it.
word, this would stay between us, and it will.
God damn it! She throws it at the ground and embeds itself. Frustrating throw. Flies back up towards her the next moment. Ah! You didn't see that.
See what?
That's why I like you. I'm gonna be entirely honest. I don't think I have the dexterity to catch this. And I don't trust it to not take my head off. Are you able to transfer that rune away at all?
Jericho, how much would it cost to just transfer the returning ruin away from the
She will
castle?
absolutely cover that cost.
Well, then
So-
yeah, I'll just say yes. There's rune stones. You just transfer it to the stone, and I'll take it off your hands.
Fantastic. And I won't even require a roll for that. You could spend the rest of the evening, like go and pick up a rune stone from the prince pretty easily. Grothlin covers the cost, transcribe the returning rune onto it, and you guys have a returning rune now that could be applied to anyone's weapon or sold, should you choose.
Does anybody want or need a returning rune for their weapon?
We have one party member that definitely could make use of a returning rune.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty nice for you, Click, because it would allow you to
Yeah.
throw that playing card and it would just immediately return to your hand.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
There you go. Then I'll give it to Click.
Perfect.
Alrighty.
I will say no cost for the enchantment. We will just transfer the returning rune directly onto your dagger, or your playing card specifically. And so now you can not have to worry about throwing away your playing card.
I was gonna ask if I needed to pull them out of the bears. I forgot.
It's one of those weird things where, like, it says the entire deck is enchanted, so I feel like all cards have the runes on them, effectively. So you could just throw them, because it does also say from the feet, you can pick them all up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is this actually is there actual a weapon, a deck of cards?
It specifically just says use a dagger or
It's
a
a
dart.
feat, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
However, there is a 14th level magic item that is a hardened Harrow deck. That is a legitimate deck of Harrow cards that you can throw at people that have runes attached to them.
Harrower is one of my favorite dedications. It is
Harrower
also
is
one of the weirdest.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But the hardened Harrow deck, 14th level item, might not really get it in this
Agile.
campaign, but it is a very funny item.
Agile, deadly,
Yeah, deadly
Yeah.
10 cards. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then
plus
you can
one
just
circumstances.
use an action to have every card that you've thrown fly back into the deck.
Holy crap, that's an expensive item.
It's
It's a
14th,
14th level
level.
magic item.
But with that, as we come to the end of today and the following morning, some money has been earned, relationships deepened. Like Kestrel, now that you have maxed out your relationship with Grothlin and Devor, they will both be able to assist potentially in combats throughout the campaign, should you come across them again. Grothlin, of course, dealing more of an attacking role, attacking an enemy. Devor, perhaps able to assist with recall knowledges at the beginning of combat to provide some free information on enemies, should you be around him as the campaign progresses. But with that, we are rapidly approaching the deluge. We are in the last few days before it arrives. The end of Torrentmoot and whatever your future will bring you. And that's where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Okay.
Thank you all so much for playing. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you all next week. Have a good one.
Okay.